Yo, it's your boy, Taryn the Black. Um, Today is July 30th, 2025. Crazy day. Got a lot of stories up. Got a lot of stories going on. But before we even get to that, you know, like, share, subscribe. Well, it's gonna be a fun show. We got Sweeney, American Eagle controversy. That's what the thumbnail was a play on. We got Steam. We have a whole gamer controversy going on right now between Steam, some activist group in Australia, and like MasterCard, Visa, in the gamers. It's very, like, it's a crazy story with that. On top of that, we couple hours ago, we got big news about Shannon Sharpe getting fired from ESPN. And we got this Gilbert Arenas story. He get caught with illegal gambling. That's bedtime if y'all know. But that's crazy day, just to say the least. But just to remind y'all, like, who I am. I am Taryn.
Black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blickety black, blacker than black, I'm blacker than black, yo, because I'm black and I'm black. Yo, I'm black and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blickety.
And sometimes I do believe in myself a lot, almost like this dude.
Ricky Bobby, today's big winner. Heck of a win for you today, but it seems as if you either win or crash the car trying to win.
Well, Dak, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff.
All right, so couple hours ago, matter of fact, I gotta do this number before I even get to that. Yeah, Gilbert Arenas got arrested for fair charges. I'm just gonna let the news tell you.
Now with one breaking news, former NBA star Gilbert Arenas arrested and facing federal charges, accusing him of running an illegal gambling ring out of his San Fernando Valley home. Good afternoon. This is the KTLA 5 News at 1. I'm Glenn Walker.
And I'm Lou Parker. Arenas is expected to make his first appearance in a federal courtroom this afternoon.
KTLA 5's Jennifer McGraw live now outside that courtroom in downtown LA with more on this breaking story. Jennifer.
Yeah, Glenn and Lou, this is big news, especially for sports fans who adore him. Take a look. This happened back allegedly in 2021 to 2022, that he was allegedly working this illegal poker game. He and 5 others have been indicted, alleging that the suspects operated an illegal gambling business. Now, this illegal gambling business went and spanned over for about a year. Gilbert Arenas, known as Agent Zero, well known for his career with the Wizards and current podcast, he and 5 others have been indicted for allegedly that the suspects operated the illegal gambling business in which high-stakes poker games were played at an Encino mansion Arenas owned. He is charged with 1 count of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business, 1 count of operating an illegal gambling business, and 1 count of making false statements to federal investigators. During this time, investigators say Arenas rented out an Encino mansion he owned for the purposes of hosting that high-stakes poker. At Arenas' direction, Arthur Katz, 51, of West Hollywood, staged the mansion to host the games and collected rent from the co-conspirators on Arenas' behalf. Here's a look at all the defendants listed on the indictment. It is alleged that the defendants' Pot Limbo Omaha poker games, among other illegal games, were played at the Encino mansion, collected a rake fee for the house charged from each pot, either as a percentage or as a fixed amount per hand, and invited players to compete. Now, which is illegal. Now, if these defendants that have been listed in this indictment are charged This means that they could spend up to 5 years in prison for each count.
That's crazy. Seriously, that's insane, man. Like, here's my take on this. First of all, Gilbert does a lot of stuff behind the scenes. He does a lot of he got a decent podcast. The Underdog show was all right. You know, it's sad seeing anybody going to jail or whatever, and be just in general. You know, my thing is this: like, he was out here sloppy, like bragging about it online on people's streams, the whole nine. Like, gambling shacks, man, you kind of want to keep that on the hush if you was running something like that. So he just, I don't know, that's just dumb. I don't know what else to say. That's just flat out dumb. So yeah, that's all I got on that, man. It was more than they alleged like they were running girls out of there too, but like I didn't see them say anything about that. But that just, you make all that money and you get caught up like that is just dumb to me. Like, sometimes some people, what the hell? Okay. Man, and it's an Israeli mob too, man. That's a tough deal. Well, he like I said, let's see. No, that's earlier. But yeah, that's crazy story. Like, I know this. I mean, I'm just speaking for myself. Like, if I were one of his friends, I wouldn't be hanging out with him after this. Like, if he get out early, yeah, I'll be like, yeah, get your shit together. Yeah, make sure your everything clean up. Because, like, I don't think it's his house. I'm not gonna put no speculation on it. It don't look good. Put it that way. Oh my God. All right, that's enough of that. That story just it kind of messed me up. I'm seeing all the other stuff coming out. When stories like this happen, you kind of want to let like the chips fall where they are. You don't want to be first and wrong. You want to be able to. I want to be able to have a honest discussion without doing hypotheticals and things get mixed up. But they think I'm saying something now. But like, just on the face, $100 million man. You got podcasts galore and stuff. He just had like a Netflix documentary talking about his other legal situation with the guns in the locker room. So to have that, and then from what they were saying in the news the news segment, they was watching him. They've been having all this evidence for like a year now. Then and he usually had work, right? If they got anything on you, if it's time to get that funding, they're gonna come get you. You're at the mercy of them. So that and this happened. Shannon Sharp got fired by ESPN, which who didn't see that coming? He just had a high-profile lawsuit from his ex-girlfriend that was an OnlyFans model. I can't remember her name for shit. And she pretty much they settled that out of court or whatever, or in court or whatever. And it was high-profile. And tell you the truth, in my perspective, I understand why he'll probably want to keep the ESPN job. But Shannon Sharp is so high profile now. even after this situation. Like his club Shay Shay still, like he probably had one of the best in the last 3 years. He probably got top 5 podcasts when it comes to like the Cat Williams interview. That interview might be a top 5 of them. I mean, you'll have to put Joe Rogan and Trump together. That's probably number 1 there. You can make an argument he's number 2 because that opened up a door for a lot of stuff. I mean, literally, like Kendrick Lamar. I mean, that beef probably wouldn't happen if that interview didn't happen, because like Kendrick Lamar, like a couple of weeks after that, Kendrick Lamar had that one diss track against Drake and J. Cole at the time. Fuck the big me is only big me. Fuck the big 3 is only big me. That like that. Off of Metro Boomin's album. I mean, that really kind of started the modern iteration, even though they've been sneak dissing since fucking 2013. Drake and Kendrick, but like it opened up a lot of it just set the whole situation media wise on his head, that interview. So only reason I would put the Trump Rogan interview, because like honest got you can put that number 2 in, but the Shay Shay, Club Shay and Cat Williams, because like that paved the way for Trump when Trump did that podcast. And even I put Vance and Rogan, because that'd be number 3. But that made Trump seem so authentic and everything. So I'm digressing here. Shannon he's more powerful in that podcast space in a way. Like I like his football takes, even though they kind of force feed him to be like anti-Cowboys or whatever, or play some type of role, different arguments and stuff. It's cool, but oh, this shit too loud. Hold up, I thought I turned. Yeah, it's cool and all, but like nobody really believes that that format anymore. It doesn't seem authentic. You got Screaming A. Smiths, screaming about every little thing about Cowboys or whoever that he got an issue with. Then Shannon's supposed to be the cool, calm, collective former athlete to kind of regulate shit. It worked, but it didn't work, in a way, So, man, personally, I think he'll be better in the podcast space. I don't think he'll ever get that $100 million he was about to get because of the situation. And this should be a telltale sign of what not to do. Like, this with stories like Shannon, story like what's the old dude? Not DeAndre Russell. Deshaun Watson. Stories like, a lot of these brothers getting caught up. And a lot of times they're getting caught up because they say too much on text message, because that's tangible evidence. And we might be at the point where we're really going to have to really be careful about these text messages. Even if it hurts us, the other side, like, they want us to open up and be more, hey, say what our mind, talk this, talk that, but we might have to be short on the text messages, but be kind of, you could talk a little bit better in person, So, you can make an argument he doomed his whole thing because he was out here texting recklessly and stuff. And then you could say, well, he was out of his age group. Yeah, you could say that, but like, hey, I'm not following it. As long as she's grown, in my opinion. I mean, if it was like my daughter's doing that, I wouldn't like it. I'm not gonna front with you, but at some point they both grown, And I see his point in some cases because of people in his generation. They probably, I mean, he ain't gonna see eye to eye with a lot of people in his generation, but and vice versa. When you get past 40, you get set in your ways. So I understand his mindset, and then he want to kind of that control thing, which isn't always good. Like just saying that just sounds crazy, but like this is the price of like when you don't. I don't know. I forgot. Did he get married? I think he was married at one point. So I mean, I'm not going to speak on that, man. That's that man's situation. But like texting recklessly and just not playing. If you're gonna play the game, you gotta play it right. You know what I mean? Because karma come. If you notice, like a lot of the karma comes back to folks when they playing this game wrong. You out here, you dogging the girls out and everything. You dogging people out of your job or whatever. Not saying he is or didn't do that or whatever. And just all it takes is you having a bad day or something come out of your past, and then like people ain't gonna go just jump off and go rock with you. Because like what got me about this case, right? And I think a lot of it was the fact that the Diddy case was going on. I don't remember a lot of former athletes standing by, Shannon Sharp's side like that. Like when that's not true. I don't remember when anybody get in trouble. I don't remember any former athletes coming like, "Hey man, now, hey, y'all might be tripping. Y'all might got this wrong. He was this. He was that." I mean, it's you see it like in. I think like the Cowboy situation. I saw that more. I saw a lot of that happen in the Cowboy situation because I was more closely in this area, and we had 24-hour news, but we didn't have like the social media. When Mike got caught up in the White House, and Mike and I think like Eric Williams and all them, Nate was a part of that, I believe. I mean, I don't think that's alleged. I think that's part of. And then it was like I think like I want to say Mario Edwards. I mean, I ain't gonna say that no more. Not Mario Edwards. Nah, he couldn't be in there. But like, just like it was a group of them going at their party and everything, and they kind of stood tall to each other. And I mean, like that's during the time like he got really back in church and everything. The whole night. We'll have to get deep in that. Talking about Michael Irvin, but like that's the only time I remember locally people standing on business with that. I mean, and I would say that about like the Mavericks was known for doing that too. Like if it was a story come out, and if it wasn't true or whatever, they'll stand with their teammates. So but like overall, you rarely see that. Oh yeah, and the other one was with the Rangers with Josh Hamilton, but Josh Hamilton, everybody know he was on. He about to get. I don't want to talk bad about him because he about to get the Ranger Hall of Fame. But yeah, he was a wild dude when he was here. The Sherlock incident, if y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Shannon Sharp fired by ESPN. Else got true ESPN. I rarely watch ESPN till football season anyway, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people feel the same way. So I mean, hey, it is what it is. So next story, I'm done with that. So video game controversy, especially Steam. And before I talk about this story, right? This is the reason why we really need to pay attention to things like this, because a lot of other council movements, like when Patreon had a big canceling cancel spree, right? How the activists attacked them. They protest against not against they brought a lot of their protests to like the card spenders, the people who, if you got a debit card like MasterCard, Visa, Stripe, stuff like that, they went straight to them. So and they did a cancel campaign going strictly to like the people who manage the money, bring out the money and stuff to these companies, the vendors or whatnot. So with that being said, like there's a group, and he gonna explain it. It's a group in Australia. And see what's crazy, Australia is known, believe it or not, when it comes to video games, they're like one of the more censorious countries out there. Like they had issues with Doom. I remember they had a big tiff about like Mortal Kombat, the original Mortal Kombat, you know, ABAC, ABB, Sega Genesis Mortal Kombat, you know. They had issues with all the Grand Theft Autos. It wasn't Grand Theft Auto they didn't have an issue with. Like they very particular on that. Out of all of like the quote unquote Western nations, they're probably the most censorious about that. So basically a group out of a third party group out of Australia went on a campaign against a online retailer platform called Steam. And Steam, if y'all don't know anything about PC gaming, Steam is pretty much like the Xbox store and the PlayStation store combined. Like it's so many games on Steam. Matter of fact, let me see. You know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna post my Steam thing. But like, if you're a PC gamer, Steam is like the number one. It's literally the number one like online retailer for video games. It's to a point where it's the reason why like modern PCs don't come with like DVD ROM, like a drive like that, because like literally that company is made by Valve. And Valve, if you don't know who Valve is the folks that created Counter-Strike and Half-Life, Team Fortress, stuff like that. So basically they protest Steam, and they protest like MasterCard and Visa especially. I don't think they did anybody else to take away Steam's funding, like access to using that account. Sorry, that card maker or whatever. I think they attacked Stripe too. They did the same thing like other council mobs act upon. So basically, Steam was kind of forced in taking off like 35, like a whole bunch of games. So this is a story. This is a story right here. Shout out to Bellar News. He's a game YouTuber, journalist and stuff. But so here we go.
And must follow the law. That's a direct quote, it's a fun quote, and it's also why Discord currently wants to scan your face for seeing anything not safe for work, even if it's just a meme. And the thing is, this is not scaremongering. This is not dystopian fiction. It's actually happening right now, and on July 25th, it will become law. Law that's actually got teeth. As an example, Steam could lose $2.5 billion over a simple checkbox. That's 10% of their global revenue.
That's crazy, by the way.
And it's all because they ask, are you over 13? Instead of scanning your ID or scanning your face. But even before the law goes online, I have a totally different example of this literally killing a game. Here's one called...
So, just for full context, that law is, that's UK and Australia. So, UK and Australia is really... What's up, Carnage? UK and Australia is really pushing this. And why does this matter? This will come to YouTube. Like legit, it will come to YouTube. It will affect channels that got a big international presence, you know. And there's more to I did a story, I think Monday, about this, about the safety online act they got in Great Britain. And then one of the things I was saying, like, hey, if they're gonna get so close to like the CCP if they start banning VPNs. And lo and behold, it was a person in the Labour Party that's talking about banning VPNs because he sees how like useless that law is if VPNs exist in that country. So take that for what it is.
Urban Dead. It's an online zombie survival game. It ran for 19 years. Then the Online Safety Act killed it. Not hackers, not bankruptcy. No, fear of an $18 million fine. And that is what the Nexus mod owner was talking about when he said that basically the law is the law and the site must follow it. Sites will need to fundamentally restructure themselves and change how audiences interact.
So what's probably going to happen is kind of like how when Texas did the age verification for like to access adult stuff, adult material and whatever from online. A lot of companies just quit, didn't want to deal with them, even though technically the law didn't necessarily have like you had to show your face and IDs and all that stuff. It was more like, yeah, you got to be more mindful on what's going on. It was something of that nature. Now, that's what I heard initially, but if there's been any amendments that made it more stringent or whatever, please comment on the replay if y'all know about that. But this one actually fines businesses and stuff like up to $18 million, 18 million euros. Oh no, I don't think they go by euros no more. Pounds. They go by pounds because they have the EU.
And share content online, because if they don't, they will face financial obliteration. And make no mistake, this may be starting in the UK, but it is already spreading. The internet is changing, and the deadline for compliance is here. So let's get into the impact. Well, there's actually another thing I noticed when I was tracking this story on Ground News. They're today's sponsor. They're a tool I used, and the news is this, that the UK has just declared that Apple and Google have got a, quote, effective duopoly over mobile. That's obviously interesting because regulation, this stuff does impact us, but it's cool looking at how this is actually being covered. The Ground News here shows only 11 sources pick this up, and the bias split, well, 88% center coverage. Just one right-leaning outlet touching it and 0 left-leaning sources touching it. So guess what? I kind of knew about this before it spread, before other people did. But here's where it gets interesting. Framing. Financial Times says it's a shake-up to mobile platforms. BBC goes very straightforward with the effective duopoly quote. CNBC, though, well, they emphasize the market power, which is way more emotive. And what I see here is that even amongst high factuality rated outlets, well, what is it? Is it a shake-up? Is it a crash? July 25th, that's the deadline, and that is when companies must. July 25th, that's the deadline. If you go there, you get 40% off unlimited access with the Vantage plan. It's the best deal that you'll get for my subscribers, and you'll find it in the link down below. Okay, July 25th, that's the deadline, and that is when companies must comply with the United Kingdom's Online Safety Act. And this means the services they offer will have to change, all because of this new UK legislation. What's the big focus then? Well, it's about protecting under 18s through hardline verification. Essentially, that means no checkboxes, real verification. You know the way as kids, we would all click the little checkbox saying, ah!
So, while that sounds good, and it's good for parents and everything, here's the slippery slope. And we, in government, there's always stairs, and then you get to the destination. Now you sliding 300-400 feet down to oppression. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Take it for what what's worth. Okay. What's up, Genesis? Let's right now they're attacking stuff like some of these games they're like having issues with. I'm talking about the Australian group. They're having issues with like a lot of like the adult theme games and everything, like stuff like everything on context. I'm not really cool with kids playing these games personally. I won't want my daughter and them playing these games because they'll like it's crazy. However, they should be able to exist in a marketplace for people that could be able to get those games. So what this does is, what they were trying to do is essentially take people, a marketplace, like a part of the market out of the market, in order, because they feel like they felt some type of way about the content, basically censoring, and there's just not that's not a good precedent to set, because what happens is not about, oh, okay, I support that content they're trying to censor. It's about they're going to eventually attack stuff that we do like, as in, what stopped them to saying, well, you know what, we don't need black folks votes no more. So anything they do like, as in pop culture wise, is deemed not safe for kids. Even when, it could get to that extreme. I know it's not. I know that sounds kind of wild, but like it, once upon a time, people thought the blues was obscene. We just saw that in cinemas. I mean, people's there's some people that just don't like music. I don't know how. Look, that's the craziest thing to ever see. Like, somebody that just, I don't like music. I don't like no music. So imagine they get that type of power, and because they don't get the fact that music is a cultural lifeblood of like society. What's up, Selena? They don't see the importance of music. They don't see, hey, why we need it. They just outright be banning stuff that was culturally acceptable, and that's probably the wrong way of saying it, because like there's a lot of things culturally acceptable that's wrong, but like I mean, that's how you create resentment. That's how it's almost like they want people to be mad when you break this down. So I'll keep on going with this.
I'm an adult. I'm totally allowed to use this service, even if we weren't. Yeah, that's no longer going to cut it from a legal perspective, and companies will be held liable. Now, this is going to apply to any website or service that's operating within the United Kingdom, and the penalty for breaking it is $25 million or 10% of global revenue, whichever one is higher. But it's not just the UK. Australia's actually got a similar law in the works. It's not taken effect yet, but it's at least on the way. And even looking at the US, we can see stuff in specific states. Florida are already banning under 14s from social media. Then there's Texas. They could ban under 18s from social media entirely, but both Utah and Texas now demand something else, that companies must verify users' ages at the point of using an app store. And the EU, of course, has got new laws as well, and they've even got an open source tech solution for verifying ages. So overall then, here's the thing with all of this. It doesn't matter that respected organizations oppose this. And make no mistake, many of them do. The Wikimedia Foundation is calling these a massive threat. The Electronic Frontier Foundation are also not fans of this. They say it threatens online privacy, security, and speech. But these laws are moving forward anyway. The governments don't really seem to care that much about those criticisms. Now, we've already talked about this one before with Discord. If you remember, of course, the news breaking about not safe for work stuff on Discord, and you basically needing to validate your account with a facial scan or piece of ID. Now, those systems exist. They're being tested for UK and Australian users right now. And it basically means if you want to access an adult tagged channel or server, then you'll need a scan of your face or your ID. This hit me when I was looking at my Warcraft guild memes. It's like, hey, you want these memes? You got to identify your face. Which doesn't really feel great. Now, the way this works is either your facial scan or your ID then goes to a third party. That third party will then confirm if you're allowed to access the content. And
oh yeah, that third party is really safe. It's really safe and secure. And do not ask any questions. And another thing that hit me, you know what this means, right? I hate to be this dude, but there's a certain credit system that's floating around in certain places. So imagine this: like, I grew up on the internet that was a wild, wild west, pretty much like the bulletin days. The you see some shit. You can see some shit in like MIRC. I mean MI. Was it RC or RQ? One of those. That little chat. It would be like a MDOS chat. What you call it? Yeah, you could just find. You could see all kinds of stuff on. I mean, the internet was a crazy place back then. This is even before back when chat rooms ruled the day. Like, so my point is, like, when you start you start doing these laws like this, no matter if it comes from the right or left, sooner or later it's gonna get to a point where we will be getting some type of credit score, a social credit score. If we don't you know, go away from this, because it seems like they are pushing. Some people are pushing for this hard, because like the whole idea, like the online it's a global community and everything. It's I mean, right now, Genesis, we got somebody from Canada. We got people all across the border over here right now. You know what I mean? And everybody's sensibilities on what free speech is going to be different, and that's if they do facial recognition. Here's the danger about that, Genesis. Oh, by the way, it's the link pin. I'll make sure the link pin. I'll drop the link again. For some reason, it doesn't let me pin it when until I start the show. Oh, yeah. The problem with all this, though, when we break it all the way down, is this is a slippery slope towards the social credit score system. And I'm telling you right now, no, brother. I mean, if you're a black person, I mean, if you think this country was rooted in racism, the whole nine, I'm not going to sit here and preach a pro-black thing right now and everything, but just on that alone, like, you'll recognize the history of this country, not stuff going on now, but prior to, when it comes to the Jim Crow laws, it comes to like how we couldn't vote and whole nine, like all that stuff that happened way back, that got us to this point where now we pretty much kind of can do what we want to do to a point. Why would you want a social credit score? Because think about who would be running a social credit score in this country. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be somebody that doesn't really understand our culture. All it takes is they see one person look like us, and these folks exist. Like there's people that they see one person, they think everybody, and we got people like that in our community too. Like, we don't see people. A lot of people don't see people as individuals. They see people as a part of this group. So therefore, I gotta attack the whole group type shit. You know what I mean? So my point is, like, why would you want anybody that even got that inkling of feeling in them to run a social credit score system? You know what I mean? Why would you want? This is the United States of America. I love. I mean, I'm a proud American. I love everything, but I'm not dumb enough. Look, this is a country that once enslaved my ancestors, and I'm. This is the fact of the matter. Why would I want them to have that type of control over my livelihood? So here's my thing. Like, I think we need to really look at. This is the reason why I'm doing this YouTube. We need to really look at these type of things, even if it's in other countries, because tyranny doesn't sleep. It's always thinking about how to gain more power. It's a lot of people that would rather have the power than the truth. You feel what I'm saying? And we just have to be mindful of that. Like this, we got YouTube. It's cool, like the jokes and everything, but this shit is serious. And how it works too is like they always come in under the guise of safety for your kids, and safe, because like they know they work on people's emotions. You don't think clearly when you're emotional. You fear of somebody going in the school doing this and doing that. So because you feel that way. Maybe people doesn't need that type of toolery or weaponry or whatever. That's the way they get you. So then, therefore, you can't defend yourself just in case something go wrong. For example, that's just making an example. Other ways, like, hey, don't bully, or don't do this, don't do this. But then somebody that does something towards you and you react to it, you're the bully. So now they can't never be the bully because like they are part of this protected class or whatever they consider, or they're gonna consider you the bully because you come from a point of privilege type shit. You gotta be real careful of these little laws like that because it's. I mean, think about like I talked about Monday. I talked about Eric Gardner, right? People talk. Well, everybody focusing on what the cop did, like why the cop did that, whatever he got away with, blah 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 blah. The real tragedy in that whole situation was a man was trying to resell the stuff he bought. You know what I mean? At one point, that was never on the cards of being a legal activity. Especially if you buy. It's equivalent of you going to the store, buy some Jordans that just came out, and somebody saw you with the Jordans and you have their pair, and they say, "Hey, I paid what? I pay $100 more for them if you $100, negotiate that, and then you say your Jordans right outside the mall." Now, in their eyes, that's illegal because that's illegal because they're not getting that tax money. So it's bullshit. That law was bullshit. What they had and having cops. That's the real tragedy of that whole fucking situation with Eric Gardner. So my point is bringing that up and bringing this up. We have to pay attention to these laws like that because like it will affect us sooner rather than later.
That will then basically flag your account as being allowed or not. And that essentially means that for Discord, they kind of just get a black box. And what they get out of that is this user validated? Are they not validated? All of your actual personal info, that's going to the third-party provider, which of course is one that would exist in a very heavily regulated space. Or so you would hope. Anyway, after all that scanning is done, then...
Here's another thing. Okay. Yeah, have y'all been getting weird phone calls from like the scam calls? Where do you think that's coming from? Seriously, where do you think that's coming from? I wish somebody was in the panel with me. I could, because like data brokers, they sell. I mean, you go and buy something at Subway. You got a reward system. Next thing you know, that get breached. They got your phone number. That easy. Or you put in your information, for your car at the oil change place because God forbid they gotta be able to track who got a discount or not. You don't want to have a full discount and get everybody to have discount stuff. That'd be losing money in their eyes. But like, yeah, you put your information in your car and everything, the next thing you know, you get warranty calls because somebody in that organization or franchise sold your information off. And they do it all. That's another revenue stream for a lot of these, especially the big chains. That's more money. So yeah, you're gonna get that, and vice versa. Like you don't use a VPN in general. I'm not gonna say what it's things better than VPN. I ain't gonna go in detail on that. But like, if you go on some of these sites, next thing you know, you're getting emails. Even though you ain't put no email on that thing, but they, like I said, your Apple or your Google or whatever is connected to your email. So they see the IP, they find your email, then there you go. You getting pop-ups and all kinds of shit. So the third party is never really, and it's the reason why they use third party because that they don't get. Liability is not on them; it's on the third party when shit hit the fan. Because it will always get. Because I mean, these third parties just is equivalent of them building the World Trade Center and say, "Hey, scammers, come hit this." That's basically what they're doing.
Good, you can continue as normal. And if you think an American IP address would save you, then no. Think again, because we're already seeing these roll out across basically everywhere. It essentially seems that this is the way the wind is blowing globally, and because of that, loads of companies are changing things. That means established sites are restructuring at a fundamental level, and that is why we've got to talk about Nexus mods. Nexus mods had a choice: either block content geographically for EU and UK users, or adjust the site accordingly.
You better not, thumbnail lady. You better not be on that type of time. Crazy.
Of course, they chose to adjust, but so far, they haven't actually said exactly what they'll do. So we've got no confirmation.
Okay. Nexus mod is, so if you play Grand Theft Auto 5, or you play any game of that nature where it's open world or whatever, or even some of the fighting games, Nexus mod is where they get like the mods for like the real cars and the whole nine like that. You know what I mean? And sometimes the Nexus mod have some risque stuff. Like they got a lot of risque stuff on there. Like if you playing, of course my cousin comment right now. But like if you if you got a game that's like a female antagonist, that is some mods that make her look more pleasing to the male eye per se. You know what I mean? So that's the issue to some of these groups, some of these I won't be real with you Karens. And the social media Karens do. Oh, that's the worst ones. Hey, I don't want my. Nah, that was my kinfolk calling me. That one on one of them scam shit. So yeah, that's the Nexus mods.
Of like facial scanning or documentation checking, but they will have to implement some form of meaningful check in order to be compliant. What about everyone else? Well, they're redesigning the site to help with this whole EU and UK process, and some of that's actually good. It's going to mean new content tags, new filtering options. People will be able to block things like harmful substances as a tag if they really want. Basically, all of this stuff that's existing within wider adult content filtering. But on top of that filtering and categorization, the site's also getting some new tech, where basically it will be able to pick up on illegal or abusive content upon upload, or when it's posted to something like comments. Of course, that's how it'll work in theory. I'm sure they'll.
So another thing, I know Andre ain't gonna like me saying this, but a lot of these sites are going to start using AI on a lot of stuff. So I'll be amiss to not say the positive of this. There's a possibility there's positives of this. Number one, if YouTube implements this, you might get less of the troll interaction. So you take that. Yeah, man, come on, Genesis, you know how the game go. So the troll, you might eliminate like a large percent of the trolls. However, you have to stand on what you say. So that could be a positive. However, when you stand on what you say on a lot of stuff, like it's real life or whatever, you open yourself up more of the cancellation type shit. If that makes sense. Because like now you can't say, well, I was joking, and this and that, because now they see what you're saying. And they could judge if you joking or not, even if you come with a dry delivery. It's always it's gonna be a weird situation. It's a net negative in my opinion.
Be false positives and false negatives, but that's at least the system that they're implementing. Now, to be clear, right, these are not new draconian rules from government. This is content that's already banned, right? Already banned on Nexus mods. Essentially, what's changed here is their incentive to robustly enforce the rules that they've already got. Where basically a lot of governments will say, all right, but a checkbox, an age checkbox with no verification, that just doesn't cut it. We all know what's going on. That's kind of what the governments will be saying. And it's okay if you've got a not allowed content policy, but if you don't enforce it, if you don't scan files. The Online Safety Act passed in 2023, but UK government changes delayed things, as they so often do. The implementation process was long, so it actually took forever for details to emerge. Like, who's affected? How are they affected? Now, to deal with this,
I'll go here.
Big players.
Check out the new whip. Tight. fully custom.
Like the Instagrams, the TikToks, social media in general. It's why Reddit now requires a selfie or ID to access 18 plus rated subreddits. Basically, the bigger your audience, the more stringent the rules. And to meet the criteria, you needed to be filling out risk assessments and doing all of that work months ago. Of course, those companies are really big, so they have whole departments to do shit like this.
Yep.
And of course, it does also include gaming. As an example, Roblox is adding age verification, plus they're going to limit chats for 13 to 17-year-olds. If you're wondering how, well, it's by forcing them to scan real-world QR codes from their friends. But you might then...
First of all, why they didn't have that implemented already? It's similar to the whole Dr. Disrespect controversy now. Like the partner program on Twitch, they supposed to have a block from like grown-ups talking to young, anybody under 18. But he actually got in trouble for talking to somebody under 18, like because they both were creators, and she was on the 18 and up part. So he ended up losing a lot of money from Twitch and everything because of that situation, which is crazy if you think about it. Imagine that's the similar to you going to 20, like you 25, you going to a 21 or up club and end up talking to a chick and she fuck around and be like 17 and 21 up club because she had a fake ID or whatnot. That'd be like that equivalent because like that's a mess up situation. And that happened. They at one point it used to happen a lot. A lot of them girls would sneak up in the older clubs and stuff before they had like the better ID system and stuff. Fake IDs used to be motherfuckers. I know a lot of people used to sneak on them 21 up clubs. So yeah, crazy.
Wonder what about traditional platforms, the ones we use more, like say PSN, Xbox, Steam? Well, that's where it's bad for Steam. You see, PSN has been good for years where they do mandate age verification for UK and Ireland users. They basically use the same tech that Discord uses. Xbox lets you make locked child accounts, but regular Microsoft account creation, it's just a CAPTCHA. There's no other limits. You can just log into Xbox directly and message people, though you would need to add them as friends first. So definitely risky there. But as for Steam, well, for them, it's just a tick the "Are you over 13" box. That's it. That's all you need to create a new account. Yep. Now, there are limits for direct messaging, right, where you can't DM people until you've spent at least $5. So in theory, right, like a debit or credit card check is verification, but Steam also lets you add cash via gift cards. And that would basically circumvent the card check verification side of things. And then, of course, there's the Steam forums, which are fully visible from the start, as are streams. Those can obviously be full of adult content, and the adult content filters are on by default, but obviously can easily be turned off. Yep. And we all know what your Steam front page looks like if you turn off all of those filters and go to new and noteworthy. There's a lot of porn. So, does this mean that Valve and Microsoft are breaching UK law? Well, in a way, we won't really know until Ofcom publishes like a naughty list and starts threatening people for 10% of their global revenue. Or, I suppose, until these companies make the compliance changes. But make no mistake in your expectations. With the scope of these fines, these companies absolutely will be making changes. And that's because the penalties.
So my question on this, here's the danger of this, like from a gamer's standpoint. Okay. At some point, why is it beneficial for these companies to do business in places like that? Even though I get the point of the law, but then again, like, I don't know how to really word it. I can let it keep on going.
Are huge. There's a simple truth, at least how we see it. Any company that allows users to post content must reckon with these laws. And if they operate in these territories, they must comply because these laws are being implemented. Compliance will be enforced. Now, yeah, users hate verifying identities. I don't enjoy it. It's not fun.
Here's a better example. Why wouldn't they just make a whole nother ecosystem in general for these countries that's doing that? If that makes sense. Because like at this point, the way they're going, way UK and Australia is going, like a game like Battlefield or a game like GTA 6, it might be too risque for that that country because like they going towards that. That's where they going, which is crazy because like UK, believe it or not, UK and Australia used to be like the least prudish countries. Like they like at one point, like they soap operas had nudity in it at one point, which is crazy. Like it's crazy even thinking like that. But like, I don't know. It's a different juxtaposition there.
I mean, you'll accept it if it's something like registering to a bank, but it does feel weird if it's Discord or something innocuous. But companies are not going to risk losing 10% of their global revenue. Again, not geographical profit, no, global revenue. That's a fuckload of money, and it goes deeper than that. They also won't risk the reputational damage of being the first company fined. Now, they can lobby, they can try workarounds, but the risks are just too great. It is just like the Nexus Mods man said.
All right, let's see. That's pretty much on that. So this came on earlier. Hold up.
Welcome to Inside Games Daily, the only gaming news show brave enough to run another report on a topic that does not perform very well on YouTube.
That's right. It is news. It is news, but we also, we pay our bills based on those views. So it's an interesting situation to be caught in between, but none of that matters when you got principles on your side, right, Bruce?
That's right. A frustrating response from credit card company Visa has prompted frustrated gamers to start organizing in opposition to recent bouts of censorship on Steam.
So this goes back to the situation. Matter of fact, hold up. Let me find a better story on this. All right, let me find a better story on this because we getting deep into it. Let me go right here. Y'all give me a second. I'm doing this by the fly. Okay, what time is it? All right. There you go. Let's see if I can find smaller. Right here. All right.
Guys, Mush back at it once again with another video covering the Steam censorship saga as Collective Shout is taking full credit for the delisting and censorship of games on Steam. And here's the key part about this entire story: via payment processors. The payment processors are the ones with power here. I think there's a lot of attention being put on Collective Shout, and I'll give you guys the heads up on what their statement was. I really don't have a problem with Collective Shout, this group of people having an opinion. Anybody can have an opinion. I go back over and over again to the payment processors having this level of power, which is the real big.
Here's the thing, and this is how it plays. Okay. What people are not realizing, you have a thing called middle management. And usually when you have middle management, those are going to be, they're usually going to be your college age or, straight out college, getting in management type stuff. And the HR department, they're going to be the ones that's actually making, taking the temperature of the whole company, everything, doing the whole, like, they're the ones that will let the higher up say, hey, this is going on. It's basically a bunch of the whole secretaries, the whole HR divisions, the whole, not necessarily the engineer class, because any big company like that, the engineer class is going to be on their own. They just really talking about like security things or making a product better type R&D stuff. They're gonna be more like your Tony Stark type people. They're just into what they into. But like the people who doing a lot of the paperwork and the legal beagles, they're gonna be more in tune with some type of. It's similar to like when you got administration as a president, like the Secretary of State and the God damn it, what's that? Chief of Staff. They're gonna be the main ones worried about every little nick and cranny when it comes to either foreign policy or domestic policy on that end. So that's pretty much be like your middle management type of situation, and go in the basically that they will be like your people who gonna be more in tune with what government's saying because they probably in the legal department or pop code. Like if there's some type of boycott or some type of outrage, they the ones gonna be more in tune. So with that being said, when you had like the whole ESG movement and the bridge and like DEI and everything, they start pushing for more of that type of hiring, because like if you don't, obviously you're not getting a certain amount of money from certain Black Rocks and stuff like that, companies like that. And you're not getting a lot of you get bad press because like of course these people gonna make it bad on social media like they're doing right now. So my theory, without that being said, my theory is the reason the payment people went so strong against the gamers and like the game it was pushing like to censor the games is because they met a management was saying that there's a big protest going on and it could hurt their bottom line because it's all about the bottom line. Overall, you don't want to be seen as if you're a process company like your Stripes, America. I don't think American Express and Discover was a part of this, but Visa, MasterCard, and then a news story because like these people are connected with the media. All it takes is a news story saying, "Hey, they're using this payment system to buy these type of games," and some of the Steam games, I ain't gonna lie, it's too rich for my blood. I mean, it's a little crazy. They got a lot of I don't even want to say like the names of some of this stuff, man. So I understand the sentiment about those games. What I don't understand is oh shit. What I don't understand is how fast Steam. Well, I understand how fast Steam did it, took the games out, and we're gonna hear about that. Here we go.
Issue to all of this. Collective Shout is an entity that they're a movement trying to have their point across and having their ideals established. Whatever. There's going to be a billion other organizations that have different ideals than you and I. There's going to be a billion after I leave this earth.
I'm not disagreeing with none of that he's saying. He's right about that.
There's been a billion before I came to this earth. It's just going to happen over.
Since I just read that, and you're dead on right about that. Australia used to be a penal colony for the British Empire.
Over and over again. The problem with all of this is the power that the payment processors have. So we'll go over that. And again, we'll talk all about that. And I do have a couple of concerns with Collective Shout and a couple of points that, if they would address, I think that would be cool. They're not going to address it. I don't think anybody from Collective Shout is watching this video, to be honest. But I digress. So Collective Shout made a Facebook update in response to false claims and misinformation about our campaign. We're setting the record straight. Some have asked why we involved payment processors, and others have claimed we are responsible for itch.io removing all NSFW content. We raised our objections to blank.
Here's the threat before we get farther with the not safe for work content. That just to let y'all know, if you play, most games are not safe for work. And man, let me tell you like this: like, imagine you're working at an office and you playing Call of Duty at your computer without a headset on your break. That might get some eyebrows risen in certain places. Let's say that some of these businesses have like arcades in their break rooms, stuff like the social media hubs and like the video game devs and stuff. They have an old school Mortal Kombat thing or whatever in the break room or whatnot. But like most games, really any game is considered not safe for work just because it's a game and you're supposed to be working. That whole not safe for work is kind of, it should just say adult content. Really, not safe for work. Like, what video game is safe for work? You're supposed to be working. That makes no sense.
And blank games on Steam for a month. I say blank and blank because I got electricity bills to pay. I don't want to be evicted. You know what I'm saying? So we got to keep this video monetized. All right, yo, I got to eat just like you guys got to eat. We raised our objection to blank and blank games on Steam for months, and they ignored us for months. We approached the payment processors because Steam did not respond to us. Payment processors, once again, here's the problem. They are the means to an end. They have the power. I do not care about Collective Shout. Again, they are an entity with an opinion. Whatever. They have opinions that differ from mine, and I really don't care about Sex Adventures getting delisted from Steam. There's a lot of games that get delisted from Steam. What I would be concerned about with Collective Shout in particular, because now they do have the means to an end in payment processors. Do y'all feel the same way about Detroit Become Human? Do y'all feel the same way about Grand Theft Auto 5? Yeah, you guys got...
That's the problem. When you give an inch, they're going to take 20 miles. It's unfortunate. And this is all orchestrated. They want, usually when they start censoring, think about it like this. If there's a quote-unquote racist cop, right, and he wants to do something, he wanted to get somebody for whatever reason, the person who's doing the biggest crime, we roughed them up, everybody was like, well, yeah, he's doing the biggest crime, who cares about him? It's till they kind of like start touching that I ain't gonna say touching, that's a bad term. They start roughing up like a little girl, a little boy. That's when everybody get roughed up and be like, hey, now you get mad and be like, hey, we need to do something about this dude. They never gonna care about the hoodlum. So this is the same process they doing right now. They're attacking stuff that, if you go look at the games, typically you're gonna be like, okay, what's the big deal? But the big deal is necessarily not the games. It's the fact that they trying to censor stuff, because eventually they will censor stuff we like. Like a lot of music we like. Next thing you know, they'll be like, hey, if this keep going, and not less likely here, but like other countries, they could outright start banning hip hop in some of these countries, so they don't have a First Amendment or a Second Amendment. It would be harder for that to happen here, just for the simple fact that those reasons, and like, they're not gonna kill any type of revenue stream like that for tax base and stuff just because of feelings. We got history saying that you don't do that, i.e. prohibition.
All of these games getting pulled from Steam. What about those other games that you were involved with and you wanted to get delisted as well, or you wanted to not be sold? That is what I am concerned with, because remember, in any situation like this, if you give an entity an inch, they can end up taking a mile, and it is the payment processors that have the power here. Collective Shout are the ones going to the payment processors, but now that the realization has been made that the payment processors have this level of power, ultimately some sort of entity that was against whatever content was available on Steam would have come to fruition, and this would have happened. Again, I go back to the payment processors over and over again because they are the means to an end. They are the ones with the power, and they are the ones that made Steam buck. Do you think Steam cared about Collective Shout's requests or inquiries or anything like that? No, it's when the payment processors got involved, and it would have been a legitimate threat to Valve and Steam's bottom line that, okay, they did something. Now, Collective Shout also put out a Steam campaign timeline, and the Steam campaign timeline, they did note, in response to false claims and misinformation about our campaign, we're setting the record straight. Some have asked why we involve payment processors, and others have claimed we are responsible for itch.io removing all content. We raised our objection to blank and blank games on Steam for months, and they ignored us for months. We approached the payment processors because Steam did not respond to us. We called on itch.io to remove blank and blank games that we argued normal.
Here's why Steam didn't respond to them. Steam didn't respond to them because they're an Australian censorist group who just want to bully, and And believe it or not, they have there's a whole bunch of groups out Australia. Something about Australia, but out of Australia, they just they just want to ban stuff. They just like they see. I mean, it's bad for the greater good type shit. That's how they looking at it, which is crazy.
Violence and abuse of women, itch.io made the decision to remove all NSFW content. Our objections were to content that involved a blanket violence and torture of women. Yeah, like I totally understand why you could see certain games promoting certain acts. I mean, there are a lot of games that use very grim and dark acts in life to tell a story. These are art, or they're perceived to be art, and sometimes dark themes can lead.
All right. Going by that logic, these people probably would have banned Castlevania, because like Castlevania, out of all of the NES games, or like the early video games where like everybody remember, your Marios, your Zeldas, your stuff like that, Castlevania was a legit dark game. Like it was actually, if you read up on the story and you actually play and stuff, it was a dark game. So in their eyes, they'll probably been really ready to ban that if they had their way.
To incredibly powerful execution of stories. That's just what gaming has been. Now, the games that got pulled, are they trying to create these incredibly moving narratives? That debate can be had for a while. I looked at the list of games that got pulled. I don't really care about those, but let me go back to Detroit Become Human. Detroit Become Human is a game that certainly has some dark themes attached to it. And it's an incredibly powerful and moving story that has an overwhelmingly positive reception on Steam. I do not care about the games in a vacuum that got delisted from Steam as far as me playing them. However, Detroit Become Human, Grand Theft Auto 5, Stellar Blade, these are games that I imagine that an entity like Collective Shout would have a problem with. I say imagine because I don't know that to be a fact. Look, they had a problem with Detroit Become Human all those years ago. Things can change. You might change your perception on things. Do you still feel the same way about Detroit Become Human? Do you still feel the same way about Grand Theft Auto 5? And where is the actual definitive?
Look, man, the problem with this too is sensibility change. Man, at one point, it was socially acceptable of our parents smoking, going through a carton of cigarettes on a road trip. It was socially acceptable at one point. It was socially acceptable, like to I mean, it was social. Like cussing somebody in public was never really socially acceptable, but like it was some aspect, like having a fight at school for one point. Yeah, it was. It might not have been socially acceptable, but it was understood that kids have fights. It wasn't like zero tolerance and stuff like that. You put a record on a kid for having a fight at school. Now, I mean, some states does stuff like that. But like, people are fickle. Like, who to say like 20 years down the road, us? Because think about how like we talk about people who ate weird things in the past or whatever, or live in certain situations in the past, and we were like, you would think like you would never be in that situation or whatever, or you look down on and stuff. Somebody look down on what we do right now. Like right now, me on the microphone speaking about this situation, it's gonna be somebody 20, 30 years down the road think I'm a fucking dumbass saying all this stuff, because at that point they accepted all this shit. And they think we're a better country for it or whatnot. So my point is, sensibilities always change. This is why you have to be wary of when people are so eager to ban and censor stuff, because things you like will eventually be under a microscope. I.e., look at how they treated football in some certain years, and look, vice versa and the whole nine.
Conclusion to when this will end. And also on top of that, the fact that this has happened already once it has already caused consequences that you can't actually quantify, because this will change game development. If you are an indie developer that is pouring limited resources and limited time into creating your passion project that is a video game, your creative vision now can be stifled by the thought process of, okay, I'm creating this game, but ultimately, what can I include in this game to tell the story that I want to tell?
All right. Y'all might not think that's nothing. I might think that's nothing, right? But let's put it in context of what we grew up enjoying, like comedy. So if devs of a video game don't are gonna be unease, feel unease to like make games that's gonna push the envelope, what do you think this is gonna do to the comedy scene? Why? I mean, I ain't say what's doing right now. Like what what's doing right now. Because I mean, these are the same people who want to take away these games and stuff. Same people that will think Dave Chappelle jokes are a little bit too raunchy or something like that. They'll be on that type of time. And soon later, like, you can't let these folks like this have power, because it will always go somewhere else, you know?
Can't I include, how do I avoid Steam coming and delisting my game at some point? Because that is a real worry that now you have to worry about. I don't think the EAs, the Sonys of the world, all of these major publishers and even major games, if a major game got delisted, I'm not even talking about the Detroit Become Humans of the world, maybe even one step below that. I think that would actually send complete shockwaves if this hasn't yet, because that would be the eye-opener. At this point, a lot of people are just assessing it as, bro, you're complaining about sex adventures. And I would argue that that is looking way too much into a vacuum at the...
That's called being short fucking sighted. Oh my God, they just banning this hip hop album. What's the big deal? Next thing you know, all the hip hop got banned. I'm putting 10 on 20 when I'm saying that, but I'm saying, like, you can't put your creativity, your right for free speech, you cannot give that up because somebody is doing something that you don't agree of. You have to put it this way. Even if somebody was flat out racist, I don't have to like that person. All right. I can't stand a motherfucker like that. I mean, to me, I think they dumb on that level, because like I believe there's good people in general, but we take away all the bullshit of he's this, he's that, she's this, she's that, and just look at the person's merit and how they are and how they treat people. I mean, that's the way I look at it. Like, if you treat people, I've seen you treat the low. Like, I ain't gonna go that far, because like, even when it comes to like the homeless and everything, like, I understand why people are kind of iffy about like helping, because a lot of people want to have the solution so they could get out that situation instead of codifying that situation, if that makes sense. Be it as it may, like, how you treat people that's working, that's serving you as a working, that doing service, like how you treat the bartender, how you treat the female male, how you treat the waitress or waiter when you out. I look at things like that. Like, if you treat people, how do you treat people when you don't need anything from them? You know. So, with that being said, like, these games, that's why I say we have to. They put us in a position we have to defend even the worst of those games, because I mean, unless it's depicting some type of crime against humanity type stuff, like, I mean, some of the games that they messing with, like, kids, get the help out of it. That's against the law in a way. That, to me, I don't look at that as it's censorship to a minute degree, because that's actually a crime. And then with some people like, well, you playing Grand Theft Auto, that's a crime. But Grand Theft Auto is in a fictional thing, and not involving kids. And so if you want to call me a hypocrite for not wanting to see kids getting anything done to them on a video game, you could, hey, feel free to say how hypocritical I am. That's the level. Everything got a level. Everything got that boundary where, okay, we're not going past this. We'll stay here. Okay, that's morally gray and whatever. But now this is to the darkness. I ain't gonna say black. It's to the darkness. You know?
These things, but once you have been slapped in the face with a very big game, or at least a notable game, not even a very big game, a notable game that people have heard about, that people have known about, and people understand that there's quality to that game, because the games that get delisted right now, whether or not there are quality in them, that's whatever, for you to debate. However, the perception is, bro, it's sex adventures, it's not a big deal. The perception, if a game, let's just take Detroit because that's a game outlined by Collective Shout. If Detroit got pulled from Steam, that would send shockwaves in the gaming community. Like, if this hasn't yet, that would send absolute shockwaves, and that would actually legitimize the point that people are making. Right now, you can't legitimize the point of, oh, big games could be delisted, because it's just theoretical. A big game, at least what I perceive to be a big game, has not been delisted yet from the standpoint. But you don't want to open the floodgates for that to be a possibility. And we can go back to the point.
Yeah, I agree with that, Odom. But what I'm saying, when it comes to games, if it's depicting like some type of like crime, like, you know, I ain't gonna say crime, but like if it's there's a level where it turns from bad speech to abhorrent action, if that makes sense. Like anything you doing some dirt against a kid, yeah, a lot of people is not gonna like rock with you on that. That's kind of fucked up. And then, like I said, those folks will be like, well, it's supposed to be First Amendment. So I mean, it's just that's part of the level, because like a lot of stuff been bent before, like, you know, when it comes to wartime. In World War II, like the whole loose lips, sink ships, that a lot of people forego their First Amendment rights and stuff because we was in the middle of a war, and like everybody needed morale to stay up to a certain level. But that's a special case because I mean everything is caught up because we voted for a war with Germany and you know the whole nine, the Axis powers. So my point is though, there's a level. There's a level that's been clearly marked where okay, it's free speech to is this and some even and then I don't know. That's a strange take. That's a real strange situation with that one.
Over and over again, the payment processors being the means to an end is the big problem. Collective Shout, you could have the opinion Stellar Blade should be gone from Earth and Shift Up should be shut down. You could have whatever opinion you want. It's a free world. But once you have an avenue to cause changes to the platform that people buy their games from, and again, you could say it's whatever about the games that get pulled, but once a Stellar Blade, a Detroit Become Human, a GTA 5, and again, I don't think any of those games are going to get delisted, but even a game a tier or two below those games get delisted, I think that would actually make people realize, oh, probably a little bit of a problem that payment processors have all this power. But again, at this point, I'm not losing sleep over some of the games getting delisted, but it is certainly a murky territory, and especially, again, the avenue which Collective Shout is realizing what they want to do. And again, I don't have a problem with entities having their own objectives, having their own opinions. It's when
and honestly, got truth. I don't think anybody got a problem with their opinion. What we do, I know what I have a problem with is them forcing Ronald Dust. Hold on, them forcing the payment plan, because this happened on Patreon. If y'all remember, like Patreon used to have a more diverse crowd when it came to like memberships and stuff, and there was a hate campaign similar to this that they messed around and had to cancel some big Patreon folks. That's why they have a Give, Send, Go and other little programs or whatnot for sending money or donating to a cause or whatnot. So that's. I got some more news on this now. I'll get on Sydney Sweeney stuff. So this the hold up. Let me pause it. This YouTuber Vera Black, you know, she a gamer and everything. She's cool people. I think she actually came down here on Meetup one time, I believe. All right. Sure. Yep.
We've been talking a lot about censorship in the video game industry, and it doesn't look like that is unfortunately going to stop anytime soon. But Visa and MasterCard are apparently getting overwhelmed by furious gamers contacting their customer service lines and taking up their representative.
This is new development earlier today.
Time throughout their workday, and now Visa is actually responding, saying that they do not moderate content sold by merchants, which is a complete and utter lie. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, I never really expected these organizations to tell the truth and actually admit that they were wrong, because there is a coordinated effort to censor users across the world, just on the internet in general, but the video game industry is being hit extremely hard right now, though we had just found out that apparently Visa and MasterCard are getting overwhelmed by gamer fury over censorship. I did another video on it. It will be linked down below, but to quickly summarize, it says on social media sites like Reddit and Blue Sky, people are urging one another to get into contact with Visa and MasterCard.
By the way, what's crazy about this, Odom, you're gonna laugh at this. This is a few times where MAGA Gen Zs and like far left nose ring blue hair blue sky types got together to deal with this. Like they just put red and blue sky, but it was a big push on X too. I don't know if you saw that. So it's crazy. Like legit, everybody came together against this.
Through emails and phone calls, Visa and MasterCard have become the targets of interest because the affected storefronts both say that their decisions around adult games were motivated by the danger of losing the ability to use major payment processors while selling games. These payment processors have their own rules regarding usage, but they are vaguely defined. And unfortunately, over the past few years, I even have talked a lot on this channel about how certain platforms like Steam have forced censorship upon developers, how they have not really allowed complete freedom on their platform. So I don't fully trust Valve and itch.io either, but at this point in time, yes, it does seem that the majority of the blame does need to be levied towards these credit cards, banks, payment processors. And in a now deleted post on the Steam subreddit with over 17,000 upvotes, commenters say that customer service representatives for both payment processors seem to already be aware of the problem. And there are so many threads being posted now saying that they've gotten responses from Visa and MasterCard. So here is one that really blew up over on Reddit. It says, "Hello, thank you for reaching out and sharing your perspective. As a global company, we follow the laws and regulations everywhere we do business. While we explicitly prohibit illegal activity on our network, we are equally committed to protecting legal commerce. If a transaction is legal, our policy is to process the transaction. We do not make moral judgments on legal purchases made by consumers." But that is a straight up lie, because now they definitely are. We know that the video games that are being banned, such as sex simulators, are legal content. They are properly rated by certain boards, such as PEGI or the ESRB, and therefore these sales should be able to be processed, but they are not.
So this is what's happening. I think whoever did this said they're not doing that. It's probably what do you mean? What do you mean by that? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, Odom. Now, I think what's happening is this is a spokesperson that's probably not all into what's going on in the midst of chronic, because like. This is one of those situations where middle management has probably been pushing for these games to be censored out or to make a deal with us. They the main ones pushing for this, because that's the easiest, that's the weakest any company is gonna be, is on a middle management when it comes to like the social change shit. So this probably somebody above them and not really knowing exactly what's going on. So they talking at their ass right now.
Visa does not moderate content sold by merchants, nor do we have visibility into the specific goods or services sold when we process a transaction. When a legally operating merchant faces an elevated risk of illegal activity, we require enhanced safeguards for the banks supporting those merchants. And we know right now that organizations such as Collective Shout are using the moral argument that, oh, why is it you want to consume sex simulator games when that could hurt women?
See, that's the trick. They ban the worst. Again, they ban the worst. Then when you call it out, like, "Hey, why you banning this?" Even though I'm not, the people who's going against the ban probably will never play that game in their life. It's the fact that you banned the game, because when you ban the game, all of a sudden everything else becomes a piece of the pie for you to ban too. It's a thing called slippery slope. Damn. You know, I'm like, and they just gaslighting here. So I'm like, I don't understand why you want to play that type of game. Okay, no, we're not saying we want to play that type of game. It's the fact that you banned the game in the first goddamn place. But like manipulative people, they don't want to grasp that because they want to manipulate you in general. So let's keep on. As a famous person said on this sector, let's read. You know.
And hurt girls, which is a complete and utter lie. There is no consistent scientific correlation between violence in video games and violence in the real world, or harm in video games to harm in the real world. So they are basically just trying to scare normal individuals that are not gamers into believing that this content is perpetuating violence and disgusting situations that real women could find themselves in the middle of because of those darn toxic gamers consuming adult content. They, of course, want to push the angle that pornography is bad. And while you might not necessarily agree that sex simulator games are fun or high quality content, at the end of the day, they are not illegal pieces of content. Therefore, we should not be discussing this topic of censorship. People across the world should not be having their entertainment censored, but unfortunately, this is the situation we find ourselves in now. And they can say that, oh, Visa does not moderate content sold by merchants, but several merchants are saying, yeah, we are being forced by Visa and MasterCard to censor certain content and remove certain content. Anna Valens had called MasterCard, said, I wanted to lodge a complaint. Woman on the other line immediately asked if it was about the MasterCard.
That's the crazy thing about this fight. Like I said, Anna Valens, that's a sick motherfucker. But they working together with the right to go against this situation, which is this is remarkable. Like, this is another reason why a lot of these people probably don't like. They don't like, if you notice, they don't really like unifying situations. Like, the people who will want to censor something, more likely, they feel unease when a lot of people like something they don't like, or a lot of people doing something they're not really keen on doing or whatnot. So I don't know. It's a theory I'm thinking about on that one.
Adult content policy, they're definitely getting slammed. And these are not full-blown high quality statements. They're basically just AI or copy and paste responses that they have been told to give customers, but it is a little good, I would say, because we at least know that they have these responses in place, that they are receiving enough criticism at this point in time and backlash. So they have to have a certain response written up. Now, I would prefer them to make a full-blown response, right, and clarify everything in depth, though I just don't see them doing it at this point in time. And gamers are, of course, calling them out on this. So that was a fucking lie. What a total load of corporate BS. Worse than that, straight up lying to your face. Well, that's a freaking lie. There are lots of people discussing how, yes, it is very difficult to enact.
Oh, I don't know if she's going to talk about this, but the crazy thing about this, Visa and MasterCard, like, their stock went down, it went down like a good 50 points. Maybe it's some crazy number it went down on. So yeah, I don't know if she talk about it in this.
inevitably boycott Visa and MasterCard and Stripe and PayPal and all of these different things. But ultimately, it is still good if you are calling them out, if you are taking to social media, sharing this video or sharing a post made by someone like Savvy, sharing another content creator's video, just saying, hey, listen, this is an absolutely ridiculous situation, because the more people are talking about it, the more eyes we can get on it. And the more eyes we can get on a situation, the more backlash and pressure that they might be facing and feeling. And I, of course, do not trust them. And I know so many content creators like Savvy, for example, have been posting some really informative threads. By law, financial institutions like Visa and MasterCard must have to have a hotline for integrity, ethics, and compliance complaints. The trending concerns are then raised and delivered to the board of directors and become available to customers and shareholders. Since what Visa and MasterCard are doing is unethical, we must report it to these hotlines, bending the knee to a foreign extremist group that is weaponizing their vague toss to censor lawfully approved content is unethical and completely displaces the integrity of the system. And if you do decide to take some time out of your day and contact these customer helplines and hotlines, just be respectful, because the people who you're actually talking to are not the ones making the decisions. So just be very, very respectful. And I will link this thread in the description in case you want to find ways.
Yeah, Odom, the difference with this one is they went straight to the credit card companies. Like, sponsors is one thing where, yeah, you could go at them, and then especially when you have a lot of time to research who's actually doing this, who's actually sponsoring them this, and or they, COVID, you had a lot of time to think about that shit. But like, this one's different just because they're going after like the actual credit card, debit card companies, and again, they lose a lot of stock earning power right now.
To contact them and voice how unhappy you are. But yeah, I mean, right now we are seeing these very like generic responses. I don't necessarily think that at this point in time they're even taking it very seriously. But if this backlash continues, I think they're going to have no choice but to actually release a full-blown response, which could be good. I, of course, like many other people, do not want my entertainment censored. If something is properly rated, then adults should be allowed to consume it. I personally do not think pornography is a major problem. And I think that while, yes, there are individuals that think, oh, it's not that serious because it's just sex simulator games, censorship is a slippery slope. And just because it's sex simulator games right now doesn't mean it will only be them in 5 years or 10 years time. And we are seeing a mass wave of censorship across the internet happening right now. So just be very, very attentive.
Exactly, Odom. Exactly. And I just got Nick. Yeah, you see, again, like that's a strategy. Like Alex Jones, that's acquired taste. Nick, like, it's gonna be hard for me to feel sorry for Nick, but that's the plan. Like they'll find the most abhorrent people. Like Alex Jones not abhorrent. If you agree with him, you agree with me. You don't. Joe Rogan is really milquetoast, really, but like he just does a lot of great videos, got a lot of great interviews, and like he gen up the I was just talking about like podcasts, like the top 5 podcasts. So like, hey, what up, Trina? What up, girl? Hey, talking about some technology shit. I'm about to get on the Sidney Sweeney thing, man. Which that shit's crazy. But a little bit of this.
To the situation, I would say check on social media every day. Your favorite content creators, search up Visa, search up MasterCard, see what people are saying, because I have a bad feeling that this is really only going to continue to get worse. But
I'm with you, Vera. I'm with you. And let me get Vera the home. She cool people, man. So, all right. Hey, shit. We talking about some real shit. Let me see. Let me go over here. Let me do this. Yeah, for real. Like this thing is right now, man. Well, I'm really, my whole point of this channel, we get so caught up in the pro-black stuff. We get caught up in we gotta talk. You want to talk Sidney Sweeney? That's the next. Hold up. Link it. Oh yeah, let me put a link down. I don't think I pinned the link. Hey, how y'all like? Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Look, I ain't gonna go there. Look at that. Look at that thumbnail, boy. That thumbnail was fire. I did my ass on that thumbnail. Let me find that Sydney Sweeney stuff. All right. Oh man. All right, I got shout out to Osmo Gold, man. I'm about to this talking about nerd. This is a nerd. Then I got you. Now this is a nerd, but like we on the thumbnail. What? Hey, how you doing? Oh damn, girl. Okay.
Oh no. Oh my God.
And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing.
Yeah.
Why would I need to do that? But if you said that you want to buy the jeans, I'm not going to stop you. But just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American
And
jeans.
she's not wearing shoes.
Sweeney has her jeans.
You see what I did there, right?
And by the way,
how you doing, Phoenix? Can you hear me?
I am just here, so I don't get fine. I hear you.
God, whatever, girl.
I'm like, Jesus.
You know what I forgot?
I'm just listening to because I don't know about it.
You know what I forgot to do? Oh, that's some nerd shit right there, bro. Like, oh yeah,
Transformers.
Oh yeah, and this one.
I love good washers and dryers.
All right.
Those are some cute washing dryers, so I ain't gonna even lie.
Yeah, I gotta make some more. I had. Oh, hold up. I could. Hold up. I'll find this real quick.
I feel set up.
My bad. I was over here trying to press my back butt on my mouth. I actually had on the what you call it.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me go back to here. Hold up. See, this is what I get for trying to do extra shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I gotta find this. How are you? Keep on talking.
I don't think this is the clip you sent me.
What are you talking about?
What did I just say?
What do you mean the clip I sent you?
That's not the clip that you sent me on this particular story.
Oh, no. That's another video. It's another video, but like it's.
That's what I said. I don't think.
Yeah.
The clip you sent me.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me, baby girl. Thank you for reminding me. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I mean, you know what? It's been a long day, man. You know.
You just want me to be talking out the side of my neck.
Yeah, it's been a long fucking day. Let's see.
Okay, so once
okay.
I say
all right.
you know that's
all
it.
Right. I got you. I got you. Bet. I hope they don't flag though. I don't have to really freak it up.
Genesis is clowning. she is skinny.
She's skinny.
I don't know who. Does that caption say I would be the friend that's too woke? I'm gonna need her to go to sleep, take a nap, do something, because that ain't gonna be it.
Who you saying? What's happening?
That caption over old girl saying she'll be the friend that's too woke. She need a nap.
All right. This
That's the one you sent me.
Yeah. We'll talk about the main character because that one with Asmongold, he's gonna talk about the reactions. Like the reactions, so fucking crazy.
Well, I know, but I love when the left lose their damn mind because it's funny.
Oh
Well,
man,
pretty much when anybody be over the top, it's funny to me. So,
yeah, it's just so fucking crazy.
but they special. I'm telling you.
I'm like, they making me want to take my daughter go to American Eagle. Just to be an asshole.
I actually like their clothes.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I got a couple Hawaiian shirts, but for the beach and shit,
Yeah, I had to get my children some.
Yeah.
It's not like Tommy Hilfiger where they said we only make our clothes for Europeans.
Yeah.
Basically, aka white people.
Shit, man. Look, Ralph Lauren getting my money. They try
But
to say
they
Ralph
had
Lauren.
most of the hip hop community promoting his brand.
That's how they do you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
Actress. She's the toast of the town. She's a sort of modern day sex symbol. She's being called a white supremacist by people who don't like her latest ad, which is for American Eagle, and she's advertising jeans. And yet the lunatics on the left think she's advertising white supremacy. Here is one of the new ads in the new ad campaign, SOT 20.
You see what I did there, right? Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My jeans are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has her jeans.
Okay. This is obviously a reference to her body and not to her skin color. But the lunatic left is going to do what the lunatic.
See, if I was American Eagle, I would just go find a whole bunch of hot chicks and just have them do the same fucking thing. Yeah. I've been doing this for since last year, right?
For quite some time now. You know what I love about that clip, though?
What's up?
That while she was buttoning up her pants, she had the nerve to suck in her already skinny as fuck stomach.
Look, man.
Like, girl, stop it.
I'll tell you the truth. You know the most attractive thing about Sydney Sweeney? And it fucked me up when I found this out. She can fucking fix a damn Mustang. She can literally have a YouTube of her fixing, like, her dad going and fixing, like, old Broncos and stuff. And, I'm a Mustang dude. So I saw that, I was like, oh, she's gonna be different. Because how many starters work on cars like that?
There's a couple of them actually.
Maybe what Michelle Rodriguez.
They was out there. They was out there in the yard with their dad. So
yeah, and I was trying. I mean, I remember. I want to say when she was on Euphoria. In little gaming discords I be on, so like they were so focused on all the bad shit women were doing. They were on that red pill stuff. I was like, hey man, hey, look, Sydney Sweeney's right here. She gonna change the game. Watch. Why y'all? And then I want people to be dressed modest. I say, look, I don't want to say why you say them folks because they think because a girl dressed modestly and not doing all this and all that, they ain't gonna be for the streets. I'm like, come on, man. Like, you can't control that. But that's beside the point. That's beside the point. But like I was putting people on like, hey, Sydney Sweeney is gonna be the next one, and like Tyler, which this is another thing I'm surprised of. You got Sydney Sweeney there. Go get Tyler, get her to do the same goddamn thing. You can hear it from all angles. Get everybody up there shopping at American Eagle. That's if I
You know what I think though? That they kind of replaced Megan Fox with Sydney Sweeney because Megan Fox kind of lost her mind. She was like, I don't want to be famous type shit.
She went crazy.
Yeah, she went all the way left. So Sydney Sweeney is pretty much filling in that gap.
Yeah, I think her again with Machine Gun Kelly, and then
she was with the dude from 90210 first though. And she became like super religious. She did ruin her entire makeup with surgeries. Yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, if you want to be a hot chick, right in Hollywood, this is the perfect time to be a hot chick in Hollywood because they need you. They need people. I'm not
For
saying
real.
you. They need people because.
Oh, well, thank you. I feel so much better about myself.
Oh, I
in this
mean,
moment.
hey, look, man, look, I don't want to get in trouble. Hey, you know, hey.
Ooh, my self-esteem shot through the roof, I swear.
Yeah, but all right, a little bit more of this. It's 4 minutes.
Lunatic left is going to do. Victor, your thoughts?
Yeah, there's an often quoted, a very famous quote, as you know, from Beria. He was the head of the Soviet secret police at the end of the war and through the Cold War, and he always said, "I have the crime, you just bring me the criminal." And so what do you? Or excuse me, I have the criminal in mind. You just we'll just think up a crime. So they have this idea that there's
Hold up.
racism every.
That's Chris Victor. Was it David? He used to be he's doing a lot of books. I think he helped wrote Rush Limbaugh's autobiography. That's the dude. Okay, I remember this dude from somewhere.
He did look familiar. I was just like, whatever. I'm here to listen to what they saying.
Chris. Hold on. They said
Victor Hansen.
Chris Victor Hansen. Yeah, yeah.
That's what Pete said.
He got some good books though. Real shit. Like he's to me he's like
Speaks don't know.
Yeah, he helped. I think he did a lot of him and Tom Clancy stuff. They were all friends and everything. Yeah, but I remember him now because like I'm a big Tom Clancy fan. Like books wise, I love me some Tom Clancy.
Where and we're just looking for a person that we can plug into the pre-existing crime, whether they did anything or not, and that's what they're doing. I think there's a lot of people on the left. They just have this idea that we have to prove systemic racism and unfairness, or we're out of a job. But we just need somebody. Who is it? And they scan every day's news. Let's plug him or her into that, and then we'll have the criminal. So, you know.
But here's what they say. They're upset because it's about who gets to be the face of America's best genes, Genes. You see, they think it's no accident that they've chosen a white, thin woman because you're, I guess, not allowed to celebrate those things in any way, shape, or form.
And you know who's really mad about this? It ain't sisters, because like, look, y'all got everything. Y'all, I mean, look, you got songs talking about y'all in jeans. You know, shout out to Genuine. That song still hits. That song in those jeans, man. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I used that a couple times in the playlist. Yeah, come on, you know. Hey, you got the jeans on. What's up? You know, yeah, old school thing. You know what I mean?
You talking about Genuine in those jeans?
Man, that song used.
American Eagle did not make that list. I'm just saying. It was Baby Fat and Guess and all that other stuff.
No, I know that. I'm just saying. Look, let them have that. That's cool. Let them have that. I'm just saying. Sisters ain't worried. Sisters, y'all not worried. I don't think y'all need to get under control. Real talk. The pop balloon shit, y'all need to get that under control. That's some bullshit. That's
Who is y'all? That does not include me.
Man, look, you need to go wherever black event Essence Festival. Or you heard about the Essence Festival controversy, right? Have you heard about that?
Which one would that be?
They went a little bit to Motherland and not.
Oh, like they was trying to say the FBA was not.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go. We're gonna go through that Friday. We're gonna have to find that Friday.
That's fine.
That's a Friday story right there. Let something else go back.
I'll send you what I see.
Yeah. So now yeah, y'all good, man. Like, look, anything y'all put on. I just need get rid of the pop balloon stuff, all that. Oh, I don't like how you wear your shoes type shit, all that bullshit. Get that out. No, we don't need that. We need to get back to
you know what? That is so. Listen, that is so blah blah blah. Because you can basically just persuade your man to wear certain type of clothes that you would like to see him in. It's like, do you want the clothes or do you want the dude? Like, which one are you trying to get to know?
Man, I was like this, man. If you got a dude that wake up 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning to go work out and come home,
He's
so
describing himself.
I'm not describing myself. No, it's other bro. You think I'm the only brother doing that?
No, but I know that you described yourself in this moment. But go ahead.
No, what I'm just saying is like, first of all, that gym is empty when I'm there. So I'm just I'm managerial because it's a different type of mentality to do that. Like that's the type of the motherfucker who's going. He wants to be at home. He like his peace. He ain't doing Yeah, they literally it was Genesis. I was literally over there rocking with Mob. Shout out to Mob. And he was showing a pop balloon, and some chick said, "I don't like how you wear your shoes." I'm like, "What the?" And pop the balloon.
That is so not the point. Like that's not the point. You can buy him shoes. You can buy him shirts. You can buy him pants. I mean,
we going off topic, but that's literally.
But hell, he dodged the bullet. That's all I'll say.
I don't like.
If that's what the hell she worried about, some damn shoes.
Like, yeah, them. What I think the Zach quote, them shoes.
Nah, if you come up there with shoes and the tips is curled up, I can't really fuck with you. I ain't gonna even lie.
Oh, the Dutch.
If the tips of your shoes look like a genie.
Hey, what's your wish?
I'm good on that. Like,
hey,
cause dog, they ain't no fixing that.
They walking there like Will Smith on Aladdin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you better not.
That's where I draw the line. Nah, I say that. I'm being honest. Other than that, that's not the point.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, like I said, American Eagle. It's a select few people. It's sisters going to American Eagle. You know, I'm not gonna sit up and say like we went to American Eagle. It's not. I think a lot of people just mad because they losing the how to say it? They losing the narrative. He's having a narrative. He's having a narrative like, look, I knew the narrative was gone. Their narrative was gone when Lizzo started losing weight. She legit looked like she's somebody's soccer mom now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she does.
So shout out to Lizzo, for that.
And you know what's funny about that though?
What's up?
She's a lot more covered up now than when she was overweight and constantly crying about people making fun of her body.
You know what it is? I guarantee you, she got some dude now. You cover up that like that, and you got some. Hey, either she uncovered up for a dude, or she talking to somebody. And she like, look, hey, you know what? I gotta get my shit.
I don't want my woman rocking around like that. I would, you know what? If that's how, hey, please, thank you.
Because think about Brie Larson, right? That's another one that was out talking this shit, but she wasn't like overweight and anything like that. When she was talking all that shit until she got a dude, and next thing you know, she right back where she was, like she was chill. Like Brie Larson used to be one of the most chill fucking actresses in Hollywood. But when
you talking about Bianca Lawson?
No, Brie Larson. Played Captain Marvel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when she got that role, well, actually not even that. When she did Wrinkle in Time, she started saying all this woke shit. Like I'm gonna say woke when the white women woke shit is weirder than black sister woke shit. Sister woke shit, that's Erykah Badu shit. It's cool. You know, we rocking.
Yeah, we chill with that. I'm good with that.
Yeah, white girl woke is different. White girl woke is, hey, you open the door, you a misogynist. They're like, what are you talking about? What are we doing here?
Again, we moving into the feminist era.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about that. So I'm gonna steer clear before I say something.
Yeah. I support your efforts. Let's finish this up.
Form, but they're completely ignoring the reference to, again, her body, which is the thing she's famous for. It's just absurd.
Yeah, I don't understand that, because after George Floyd, it's pretty common knowledge. There was a lot of surveys done, and roughly African-American people were appearing in about 50% of commercials, even though they were 12% of the demographics. So there was the idea that we're bending over backwards as a commercial society, or advertisers were, to overrepresent black people.
This is the only problem I have with this comment, right? Okay. That might be true statistically, because they were trying to, even out the playing field or whatever. However, it was a select demographic within that demographic, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, for example, right, it was one point where you would have a car welders or a football player, something like that, promote, like OJ, of course, he promoted shit and stuff, but he promoted in a masculine way that, you know, entice men to do that action. You know, hey, Hertz is a real car. Hertz is a good car to get, like, rent from. A good car company to rent from. You know, hey, I'm gonna be a man. I'm gonna get, even with Tom Brady, like Tom Brady, dude. It's mostly masculine. What they did, they had like a white dude with a sister marketing thing, because that's something they want. You know, they wanted to push, or it'll be a feminine man pushing something, unless it was something dealing with a mostly male brand that's trying to entice more dudes to go to it, like a Madden or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or like certain athletic gear and stuff like that. But like most of the mainstream, it was nearly always effeminate dudes or somebody lecturing the dude or some type of bullshit like that. So Victor, he's right, but I don't think he's getting into the whole context of what was even the issue with that.
Yeah, he's just brushing over it, basically.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of people might hear this and be like, "Well,
misread the context."
Yeah.
And minority people in general in the aftermath of George Floyd. So I don't know, but once you start doing that, and I think then the demands become insatiable. It's like, if you did this, then we're going to have to do this. Now we have censorship power over anything you do that we consider is not deferential enough to us, whoever it is, but it's not going to work. Aesthetics are universal, Megan. People's are inbred in their brains, imprinted what is beautiful and what is not. Whether we like it or not,
true.
thin women are very attractive. And
and by the way, there's
less
nothing
so.
wrong with being white. It's fine. She can be white too.
No.
It's like, now the answer. Now we're going to see an ad with a black woman and the reference to jeans too, and that won't satisfy them. By the way, the campaign, these jeans sales are.
By the way, I'm telling you, if American Eagle, just go get Tyler right now. That's equivalent to a Sydney
I think
Sweeney.
she would fit the brand, actually, if we're being honest.
That's what I'm saying. Get Tyler. Then, all right, if you want to get a little bit more like the athletic build and stuff, scissors right there. Just there you go, scissors.
Yeah.
Right there. That covers. Then hey, get 7 High for the mama.
Yeah, you can even get 7th Streeter, because there's a BBL is BBLing. Like, yeah, I don't know.
I'm with you. I mean,
yeah,
I applaud her for her efforts.
Yeah, man.
I applaud her for her efforts. And I just got true sizzle, man. Like musically wise, probably the best chick out there right now. Best chick out there right now.
Yeah. But I mean, as far as the brand is concerned, like, I don't know why that they waited till Trump got in office to recognize racism everywhere. And do you know who's screaming about racism the most? White people.
Hey, I'm literally like, this is the funniest thing, man. I'm literally like, I'm actually happy. I'm just looking like, oh, I'm about to eat. I'm thinking like, you know, when you start looking at, oh, I'm gonna hit them upside the head, here. But as you know, when you got yourself together, you think about like, how much money you gonna make. Hey, like the last thing on my mind is anybody being racist, unless they being racist directly. It gotta be a direct action. I ain't hearing no pseudo shit. I'm like, whatever. Hey, you go over there, I go over here. Don't follow me. Don't play with me. Leave me alone. That's simple. I could care like, look, man, I don't know. Maybe I'm naive. I don't know. I'm just thinking like, damn, man, like it's about the bag right now. I want the bag. I want to make the bag so I can put in areas that I don't have to think about it no more.
Right.
That's the type of, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not thinking about. Because here's the thing, man. Because of family and everything, because I have a military family, I'm very in tune on what happened in the late 30s, early 40s. Because we talk about it all the goddamn time because family was in the war and everything. So I kind of understand the mindset of how that little nuggethead with that funny mustache got in power. So with that being said, when the people talk about that and talk about it's rich for me for somebody that claims they Democrat that complain about eugenics when they definitely support Margaret Sanger and Planned Parenthood and all that shit anyway. It's kind of rich for me to just off top on that level alone. You gonna sit up here and be crying about Sydney Sweeney doing this and having a little joke on all that stuff, but you support something that goes to our neighborhood more likely and convince our daughters to do things that's you know what I'm talking about, the A word. So y'all have a nerve to talk about eugenics and all that stuff, and y'all still support that shit. It's bullshit, and the reality is they jealous and they mad because now the narrative has switched, and that's one of the final nails in the coffin. Wait, and here's the thing: wait until like the brothers start getting stuff and not really talking about the racism stuff again. That's when they gonna blow a fucking gasket. They're gonna be trying to convince y'all that we the worst thing in the goddamn world. Wait till that happen.
It's so tiring.
But like, hey, the price of freedom is internal vigilance.
Absolutely.
Let's finish this, and then I want to look at the reactions. Then
I want to see that as well.
Yeah.
Are going to help victims of domestic violence. That still didn't quiet the critics. Since Trump was sworn in, his administration has made enormous progress at a breakneck.
All right. That's probably the end of that. Let me see. I'm gonna follow Asmongold on this one. Let's see where you go with this. Now, this is prototypical nerd here, by the way. You ain't getting no more nerdy than this, so forgive me. Let's go for the ride. All right now.
All right, nerd.
The entire context of this is them talking about her boobs. By the way, that's what's being with jeans. Everybody that's not a retard.
Wrong word. Wrong, but you do you, boo boo.
Technically, we could say that now. Oh, I got something, but I'll save it on Friday. What the chief, the CFO said about the new YouTube rules about cussing. It's hilarious. He did a PSA on it. It's hilarious. Jesus. He used all the cuss words too.
Free speech ain't free no more.
No, he said no. We are healing. He said they're not punishing YouTubers for that. He was just flat out cussing. We ain't gonna punish you for this word. You get my picture? Oh no, you ain't get my picture. This word. I'll show you. Remind me that. I gotta show that video. That video is crazy.
All right. The friend that's too woke because those Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ads are weird, like fascist weird, like Nazi propaganda.
Yeah. What's this? You see this?
See what?
Look at the mouse. She got the colors, but
I'm trying to listen. Y'all don't figure it out. I'm wacky.
The colors. She's an ally.
You can tell just by looking at her.
Weird.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color.
I ain't gonna lie. Look,
did she say Nazi though?
Old girl said Nazi.
Over some jeans. Yeah, that's what I'm asking. She said Nazi over some jeans, a jeans tag.
I ain't gonna lie. How she put them pants on was kind of hot. I ain't gonna lie. That's just, I'm being real with you. That was a little seductive. She got B plus.
That's her. Just she doing her job, man.
Yeah, she caught her eye. She caught her eye.
They're blue.
Sydney Sweeney, Casper jeans.
Should we be surprised that a company whose name is literally American Eagle?
I love how like the idea is American Eagle is like somehow like fascist or bad or propaganda. Didn't America like fucking beat fascism?
You're making too much sense, Osmogold. Don't make too much sense. These are dumb people. You can't make too much sense because they're gonna call you racist after that.
You know why she made this video?
To be seen.
She looks like that, and Sydney Sweeney looks like Sydney Sweeney.
Thank you, Phoenix, for that observation. I could have said
she's gonna twist it because it's a whole jeans company, and so they played on the word of jeans.
Yeah, kind of like Brooke Shields did back in the day.
That's what advertisers do. They're gonna go with something that works. That's gonna catch your attention. There was absolutely nothing wrong with what she said.
You know
there was nothing wrong with the commercial.
You know what's crazy?
They gonna find something.
You know what's crazy? She can actually get a makeover and be all right looking. If she actually
wait, you right?
Yeah, she actually did take care. You see one of the chins like, oh, I could see it. Yeah, I could see
Maybe put some streaks in her hair.
No, actually, I'll tell you the truth now. I'll be 100. Like the black hair. Think of Wonder Woman, Lois Lane type shit. That's actually pretty.
No,
cool.
I like the black hair. Don't get me wrong, but like I'm just saying because it's white woman fashion, she'll put some highlights or streaks in it.
She'll do some fuck shit. But like, if she just legitimately just take care of yourself instead of worry about what's going on.
Miss Genesis, now dang it.
All right. Man,
she is mad about it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, if get rid of one of those shins.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of one of those shins. Get rid of
just one.
Just one. Look. It's something there. It's workable. You know.
Yeah.
Workable.
She good.
Get rid of that nose ring unless you just want to. You want that type of treatment. Because nose ring like that, oh, you good to go. That's what dude's gonna think. Oh,
to me, I mean, you a follower. You like to be led.
Yeah, she about to be on some. I ain't gonna say that. Let me shut up.
In World War II, didn't we get rid of that? What are we talking about here? Oh my God!
Made it too much.
Look at her background. It's Pokemon and the ever-changing pride flag that adds a new color every.
Why? I got so many different colors.
Man, y'all gonna realize I do be knowing what I'm talking about.
Where does red come from? Where does red come from?
It's part of the rainbow.
That is gonna take all the colors, huh? Bitch ass motherfucker.
All colors are part of the rainbow.
All right. Let's proceed.
Every single year. Oh my God.
Making fascist propaganda like this? Probably not, but it's still really shocking. Like a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman is talking about her good genes.
Yeah, because of her boobs, obviously. And also she's attractive. And this is something that people might not want to hear, but it's true. A lot of people's appearance is genetic. Like if you are ugly and you look weird, there are oftentimes genetic reasons for this. It's not because of...
You know what I keep thinking about? Part of the sector where just mad at good looking, cool, chill chicks. I don't know. Just brainstorming.
Like a big back whale just yelling at people at random.
Just heavy at heart and mind.
Yeah.
All right. We're not gonna go there.
I'm not. I stopped myself.
Yeah, heavy as the crown.
Like there's some people that are just fat or something like that. Oh, absolutely. But if people have a weird sized face, especially women with body proportions, these are primarily genetic. And so there are chicks that have huge ass titties. They didn't do anything to earn that. And there's chicks that don't, and they didn't do anything to earn that either. And so the entire idea, that's just the way it is. And so fat fatigue, yeah. America has fat fatigue.
Fat fatigue is crazy.
I mean, that is
oh,
that is a phrase.
We gotta use that.
And she's tired of being fat, but she don't know what to do with it. Because here's the thing, like, yeah, your body shape, your body type, because you're comfortable in it. And I've heard big girls say, "Well, my mom was big, so that's just who I'm supposed to be." No, that is not.
I'm telling you this. Next time somebody if they get cool, somebody start coming around doing the whole night. Because if you ain't noticed, there's been a seismic shift that happened today. You know what I mean? We don't have to get in detail. We already talked about it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be a vacuum for a couple years, a power vacuum. So
I'm sorry.
Power vacuum is wild.
I'm so tempted to let that roll right up, but I'm not doing it. But it's funny though.
So yeah, power vacuum in people gonna start showing up and be more happy and nice and cordial, because there's the power vacuum.
Oh yeah.
So we just had to be like, yeah, we got the fat fatigue. We just
it's gonna be really like, oh, I see you.
Oh yeah.
I see you. I started to say that today, but I'll let you know about that later.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. More on this, so we don't have to get in the weeds with the weeds with the elephants.
We're sick of looking at people that are ugly and displeasing to look at modeling clothes. It's insane. Why would anybody want this? And so, yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what this is. Someone said there are Nazi dog whistles in that ad. Well, of course, right? And that's what it is. Genetics have to do with it, but she works on herself in the gym eating healthy. She shouldn't be ashamed of her hard work to look good. No, bro, like I'm telling you, genetics play a bigger role than you think. They really do. Genetics play a huge role in people's attractiveness, and some people are just born ugly, and that's it. Now, they can improve.
Fuck. You just born ugly. You're ugly. And what's up?
You ain't lying. There was a few times that you can recall jumping back from a damn baby carrot. Oh, that's your
Man. I don't like. Look, man.
I like the outfit. That is so cute.
I'm blessed to having two beautiful daughters.
Listen, I did a good job. I'm just saying.
My
kid's cute as fuck.
Yeah, and it's a blessing and a curse, because the curse, I got a lot of ammo. The people try to play with my kids. We ain't going there. Anyway. We are sick of looking at.
Man, I kind of am. Like,
yeah, I mean, I got ugly fatigue and fat fatigue.
Man,
ugly fat fatigue.
That's a word.
Yeah, it's like a shit sandwich.
That's the word right there.
It's like a day old tuna sandwich just sitting in the sun. Just nobody want to say nothing about, like, is anybody gonna pick that shit up, man? Why they just leave this tuna sandwich out there like that?
I don't get it.
I don't know, man. And a little bit more.
Their appearance, and they can do things to make things better and make it easier for themselves. But in a general sense, they're born ugly. That's it. And that too bad, right? Too fucking bad.
God damn. Yeah, too bad. You ugly fuck.
Okay.
You just up.
Like, that is Nazi propaganda.
Yeah.
I also am thinking about like all of the young girls who are doing their back to school shopping right now at places like American Eagle who are seeing ads like this.
Yeah. This is the person, by the way, who is ruining everything. Do you remember what I said to two groups of people? This is exactly what I mean. This person right here is a bigger threat to America than ISIS, Iran, Hamas, Hezbollah, all put together. Okay? Like this is the real enemy within. All right. It's true. I'm being serious about this. These people will ruin everything.
Also, American Eagle is mostly a brand that like teenagers to like young adults shop at, and so the fact that like this type of advertising is being used that feels so for the male gaze and so
it is for the male gaze.
I hate that term. Look, God forbid a man looks at a woman and a woman looks at a man. God forbid that.
Okay, how dare they?
I mean,
like, what kind of shit is that?
I'm telling you, Asmund Gold is completely right about this. The liberal white woman might be the worst out of all demographics.
They are ruining it. It's still a feminist because they find an issue with everything. They are trying to wipe out everything that is supposed to be structured. They are trying to tear down the structure. Now, professional victim mentality, Miss Genesis, is spot on. Because there was absolutely nothing wrong with this ad. She said her jeans are blue while wearing blue jeans. She started off by explaining basically what genetics is. Like, you know, my legs are long, my eyes are blue, blah, blah, blah. What the hell? How can you find racism in that?
Again,
she's telling the truth. That's literally how genetics work. That's how her genes work. Whether she's fat, skinny, whatever, you know, no ass, big ass, thick thighs, all of that plays in your genes. Most of it comes from your father.
Yep. That's why I got a 9-year-old that's damn near 5'10" right now.
I'm trying to tell you. So, like, where's the racism in that? But because she looks the way she looks and she does not see herself in this commercial, she's going to find a reason to hate on it. She's talking about fascists and Nazis. Ain't shit about Nazis ain't got nothing to do with this.
I know.
Absolutely nothing. There's no fascism in it. It's fashion. She said her jeans are blue while putting on blue jeans.
Mm-hmm.
And yet somehow this is deeply racist. And she's so woke that she sees the undercurrent of what's really going on. I'm Black. I have experienced racism damn near all my life. And I didn't see any racism. I forgot it was a comedian that says, you're not going to explain to me what the hell racism is when you've never experienced it.
Yeah. That's simple. Like, and what's crazy too about this, and what she probably don't know, like the communists believe in that eugenics shit too. Like, try being of Jewish descent or certain black nation descent in a communist state. Like Che Guerrero, not Guerrero. Yeah, Shay didn't like black folks. Even when he went over there in Angola. I believe that's where he got. He's in Angola. Correct me if I'm wrong. But like, she don't know what the fuck she talking about. Simple as that.
At all. I find her commentary and reaction to this way more racist than that actual fucking commercial.
They
gonna be all the way damn honest.
Yeah, they telling themselves real fast.
Okay, so that's right. Because guys like looking at hot girls with big boobs. That's right. That's correct. Wow. Thank you.
I like booty cheeks too, man. But yeah, y'all different. So that's we just not gonna get along on that. You know, we kind of like it all, but we just ain't gonna get along on that one.
Thank you, Lilith. You've given us the insight that nobody else ever had.
Hold up. Her name was Lilith. You know Lilith in the Bible,
Lord
right?
Jesus. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
They took her out the Bible.
Yeah, because she sold her soul. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Did you guys know that? What a fucking surprise.
Sexualized. Like, I just don't like it. I don't like it even a little bit.
Wait. So we got to talk about the liberal outrage.
Oh, I could just went to the homie
So
Black.
she doesn't know that we are actual sexual beings.
No. Don't try to help her out. She don't know. She just dumb. That'll be dumb.
I mean,
let's see.
Literally part of our makeup.
Oh, speaking of everything, did you see what happened to WNBA? I know you probably haven't, but I had to say that about what somebody threw something on the court.
Seriously?
I don't know if I can show it. Put it this way, it was phallic.
Are they making fun of the studs?
I'm gonna have to.
I mean, have more than half of WNBA.
I will put it in. I will put it in the back check. Yes, I'm putting something in the back check.
Good Jesus. That's how rumors get started.
Hey, nah, man. Look, hey. But this. I don't know if I can put this on her, but there you go. Have fun with that. Yeah. Now on live stream, I might have to do a video on that. I have to censor that. But it's pretty wild. Yeah.
Good Jesus. Give me a second. I'm bracing myself before I look at it.
Oh shit. Oh no, I gotta show this too. All right, we'll get back to Sydney Sweeney. I just had to show this part. Tell me when you're ready.
Go ahead.
At the end, I went through the rim. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, she gonna go head to the back.
Somebody snatched this lady wig off in the game.
Oh hell no.
Oh shit. Oh shit. You're right, Genesis. No, sure.
She would. Because here's the thing. Again, she doesn't see herself in that brand because she does not look like Sydney Sweeney. She does not, it does not represent her. So this is the issue she's having, but she's going to go deeper and make it into something else just to cover up her insecurity in that. The thing is, there are a lot of big girls who can be sexy and find themselves sexy and are very confident in their skin. She is just not one of them. No. I bet if she worked on herself a little bit, she'll feel better about herself. And then we won't get such offensive ass reactions such as what she just displayed on that video. Like, I'm way more offended by her reaction than I am by the actual commercial.
You know who doesn't make videos like that, on reaction like that? Somebody that got a man that's take care of situations.
I ain't got no man and I ain't made no damn reaction like that.
But I guarantee you, if you really want to have somebody, holler at somebody for a night, you could probably find somebody.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So
there's not a problem with that.
Yeah, there's not gonna be a problem. So my point is, like, she probably gonna her night is probably playing some type of fucking game I was talking about earlier that they censored, and having one of those little I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. And the thing is, technically, she's not ugly. She's just not taking care of herself, so it's not gonna be as attractive as somebody that's taking care of themselves. She's not ugly. I could look at a motherfucker and see potential. Like, all right, you got potential. It's just you can't. It'll be different if she can't. You go approach her and she was more. Jill Scott did this perfectly. You meet her, she's warm, she's this, she's that. Probably probably like, man, this is a dumb motherfucker right here, but she never lets you feel like you a dumb motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I mean that's the whole grace thing. That's the whole like carrying yourself like a lady type shit. She will initially you say, hey, how you doing or whatever. She'll get an attitude.
Yep. She'll be the one that's too damn good to talk to your ass.
Matter of fact, speaking of that, I'll give an example. And we get back to the WNBA stuff. Well, get back to the not WNBA. Where is it?
The fact that her wig fell off and nobody sees an issue with that is the issue.
Hilarious. Y'all got a lot of bookmarks. All right, here we go.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, Katya.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I think you're beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
What's your name?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, Katya.
Katya, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Unfortunately, she has a boyfriend. I hate to break it to you.
Hater.
Thank you.
I know she can talk for herself, but we actually have somewhere to go.
That's not what I said. I said have a great night and she's beautiful.
No!
Oh, excuse me? Excuse me. You're beautiful. Like, you caught me off guard.
$100. $100.
I was talking to your friend.
I don't give a
I was
Give her
talking to your friend.
$100. Give her $100.
Why are you being so rude?
What the hell kind of shit?
No, I was talking to her. You do that every day. Excuse me, I have a question. Are you guys like... Like just... Relax. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, that's how white girls. So man, this that bullshit. Hold on, my bad.
My flabber is gassy because what the hell? See, we just had a discussion about that. At least see what the conversation is like before you do all the extra stuff. I am shocked that Abercrombie and Fitch stock is not lower than what the hell it is.
Number one, Abercrombie and Fitch. The people they got a solid fan base. It's only I mean, Abercrombie and Fitch and fucking Lululemon and shit like that. They got that market sold up. You know, we don't care about that CEO. We all know he's a creep, but he just make good quality stuff.
Yeah, how dare we?
See, man, we be canceling motherfuckers just because they embarrass us. Like we cancel. We ain't fuck with R. Kelly music no more. He acting like a fool because they of course because he embarrassed us around you white folks. You know how it go.
Yeah, in front of them good white people.
Yeah,
how dare you?
Yeah, I mean we spoke all the kids that were made from R. Kelly music, and he get in a little trouble. Which he did some fuck shit. I ain't gonna say a little trouble. But he did some fuck shit, but we gave up on. But like shit, think of all the people. Like we talking about Me Too, right? You know who? Like Jimmy Page and them, fucking Led Zeppelin. You know what he used to do? So they let anybody come in that back room. The groupies, right? And they didn't check no age and stuff. So what he'll do? He'll party with whatever group he had. He'll take their shirt and go out there and sing in the shirt. That's why he had a lot of girl shirts on. You know what I'm saying?
Good night, Miss Jennifer.
Yeah, good night. Yeah, but I'm about to be done a little bit, man. I had a lot of stuff tonight, man. Like a lot of shit just came out of nowhere today.
It was breaking news today.
Man.
It's funny because Karma is a little sneaky bitch.
Cold as fuck.
She gonna come that day. She gonna take her time. She gonna let you get comfortable. Kick back, relax.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then when she let your guard down, she say, "Boo, bitch." Yeah, it's a lot. You can't never,
Yeah,
ever.
you'll think you with a nice fan and stuff, and this ain't no. It's the movie Misery.
I'm trying to tell you. But here's the thing that
I ain't seen that movie in a
the
year.
elders always said: whenever you dig in a hole for one, dig one for yourself.
Yep.
Because the very hole that you intended for somebody else to fall in, you ain't gonna be able to dig yourself up out of there.
Oh yeah,
So,
I got to show this one reaction. Hold on, let me get to that point. This cone head motherfucker right here. Hold up.
not
Right
the
here.
cone head.
This motherfucker got cone head.
Too close to the sun.
Yeah.
And nobody should ever be shooting her bail ever again. Never
What?
again. She's shown you who she is multiple times over
What?
now. Because see, everybody seems to forget.
All right, we pause on that. I gotta just show. I gotta go to cone heads. I gotta show this shit.
His head is oddly shaped. I will say that. It's a little long.
All right. I gotta show this. I have to show this. Like we gotta do comparison. That's yeah. That's a wild head shape. I don't like putting people out there like that. But you talking this shit. Hold up. I didn't mean do that. I didn't mean do that. Hold up. No, I didn't mean do that either. Hold up. Let me. All right. You see that? And that. This.
Oh, good Jesus.
And that. Hold up. That?
Yeah. That is hilarious, though.
Yeah. I feel like we need to see that. So let's listen to this bullshit he's talking about.
Forgotten about / swept under the rug. The fact sent to the he has officially flown too close to the sun.
Yeah.
And nobody should ever be shooting her bail ever again. Never
What?
again. She's shown you who she is.
Why is Phillips here telling us what we need to think and like and who we need to admire?
They got issues.
Phillips said it's wild. That's wild.
They got serious fucking issues.
You say that? Oh, you don't think it's all the way? Oh, that's crazy.
Is multiple times over
What?
now. Because see, everybody seems to have forgotten about / swept under the rug the fact that at her mother's 60th birthday party, they had spin-off hats made of Make America Great Again hats. That's
First of all, what if her mama wanted that?
What the hell does that have to do with the ad?
How do you
Was any of that in the ad?
Hold on. How the fuck do you know about this?
Was it posted on Instagram?
I don't think so, but hey.
that Make 60 Great Again. Not only
The Make 60 Great
Make
Again.
60 great again. What the fuck is wrong with that?
Phillips said
Who
this.
don't remix sayings? These are the same damn people that said we took back the power from the word nigga by calling each other a nigga. What the fuck is wrong with you? Make 60 great again. What is racist about that? I'm lost. They talking about an age, not a race.
Phillips said things we both fascists. All right, Phoenix. So we really can't make sense of this. You just gotta go through it. You know what I mean?
Whatever. My brain don't process stupid. All right, whatever. Go ahead.
This is the kind of retard that tweets about me. Bro, this that same kind of retard that makes tweets about me, bro. Like, yeah. Oh my God.
that her close family was at that party wearing Blue Lives Matter shirts.
Yeah.
Not only that party.
So wait a minute. So she's wrong because her family members wore a shirt? And she made a joke about the obviously most popular campaign slogan in he's probably around my age in our entire lifetime. They made a joke about that, and somehow you're losing your mind.
thrown at a ranch, and that may seem like an insignificant detail compared to the other two, right?
Yeah,
but you couple the aesthetic of the clothing that people were wearing with the fact they act.
I don't want him to cut his hair. I don't want. He make the lock dudes look bad. You need to cut your hair. I'm just not feeling you having the locks anymore. We need intervention. You need to get. You can't be this damn not introspective, not thoughtful, and have locks. It just doesn't go together. We supposed to be wise to the locks. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm just. I don't know.
He chose a ranch as a venue.
And also, by the way, why do cops' lives not matter?
What's up?
It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like, for real.
Oh, you know what drop I need to get? Fucking Billy Madison. When somebody says something super stupid, I need to get that drop. I need to make that. You know what I'm talking about?
No. You talking about Billy Madison, the movie?
Yeah, hold up. Oh, I didn't get this drop. Ooh, it's 26 seconds. So 26 seconds. I gotta make that. Hold up.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I completely fucking agree. Yes, I do remember that damn thing. I completely fucking agree.
I gotta make that drop. Ooh, I gotta make that drop. All right.
I don't think there's a problem with saying Black Lives Matter or Blue Lives Matter.
Lily is our kind of genius, the kind with a J, and is a digital bank with real life.
Yeah, like I support both of them. Sorry. I guess this is going to be like a Ludwig perspective of mine. But yeah, I agree with both sides. I think that obviously police officers shouldn't treat minorities badly, and people obviously should care about police officers. Yeah, true. There's no problem with that.
Yeah, both two things can be true at once.
He's saying racism to me. It's saying I'm a conservative piece of shit. That's what it's telling me. And people did the typical thing they do when a white person they like shows them that they are actually a conservative. They say, oh, well, that was just their family. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you give a fuck with what she is? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Is that what you see? Is that what she's showing you, or is that what you're looking for?
Good point.
So you can see it.
Good point. Man, hey, dead ass. He reminded me of somebody in the sector. I'm not gonna go there because you know I got a disdain for that person because his reach is power as. Let me shut up. Man, little sidebar. Did you see me pray roast him this morning?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I man, look. The prayer. Have you ever seen
like that sometimes?
Have you ever seen somebody pray roast somebody? Do the prayer roast them? It sounds like a prayer, but they roasting you at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Disrespectful.
A change.
Because he mentioned my name.
They'll live.
If you get locked up, don't mention my name. Yeah, Michelle.
And they can't control their family's views. Like, that doesn't say anything about their political tilt. You know what I'm saying? And then Sydney Sweeney came out with a statement, oh, you guys, I just wanted to share photos of my mother's birthday party, and you guys made it some insane political statement. No, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, yes, motherfucker. The thing is that these people lose all of their power once you stop giving a shit about them and start laughing at them. That's what you have to do. You have to laugh at these people and never take them seriously. Because if you give these people any level of power, any level of credibility, you...
Look, man, usually I would say, man, what do you mean these people? But technically, I'm with you on these people. I know it's jammed up, CP3. I didn't want to say jammed up. I know it was jammed up. You don't have to correct me. I know it's jammed up. I didn't want to say
damn vocabulary police be popping out of no damn where. Swear to God.
vocabulary Nazi. All right.
There go that word again.
Listen to any of their grievances, it's like a fucking parasite that gets inside of you, and it just infects more and more and more of you before it takes control.
Oh, found me another drop. Another drop I could use. Got me another drop. Here's another one. There's a
These people are unhinged on a whole nother level.
So this is another one I got to use. When
he's out of line, but he's right.
Got to use that one. Because like when What's Guy said these people, I'm like, oh, that's kind of you out of pocket there, but hey, you got a point.
And it starts running the ship itself and replacing people like Sydney Sweeney with hogs wearing bikinis that nobody wants to see, except for other people that look like that. And even they don't want to see it. That's why they use filters on themselves whenever they go on dating apps.
Why it gotta be Arkansas Razorbacks, nigga?
Listen, they even said if you put lipstick on a pig, it don't make the pig fine. It's still a pig. So
hogs in bikini is crazy. I don't know why it's funny to me, but I you know what?
That's hilarious.
I thought of somebody as what we talked about earlier. Yeah. Let's stay after that. Hogs wearing bikinis is crazy.
They don't even like Make America Great Again hats and Blue Lives Matter shirts at a birthday party. You are making it political. That attire never needs to be worn at a birthday party.
Your phone is not broken. No, that was not AI. Yes, that was a real ad by.
Now, I'm not gonna say that's crazy though, right? I mean, we are two. Sorry, no, it's three. It's 3 out of 4. I've been 75% right on this one. That's crazy. What are the odds on that? Honestly, I'm surprised it's not higher.
American Eagle
is worse than a tea leak, and I just want you guys to see that the majority of the time that the people that are losing their minds over this shit.
By the way, there's more on a tea app leak, man. That's crazy. We gotta do it Friday. That's another wormhole right there. God damn, Phoenix, you enjoy that shit.
It's just jealous, fat, ugly women. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's the entire problem.
Oragel knows that oral pain keeps you from feeling like yourself. So reach for the.
There's literally like.
Oh, shit. Fuck that, but I tend to agree. Yeah, play with old girl, whoever the hell she is, saying.
There's another one of these.
Why? But he's right. He's out of
a little bit out of line, but he's right.
Hey, we're gonna have to start giving you people passes when motherfuckers actually saying right to people that we don't like. We gotta be like, all right, maybe we gotta get
yeah. I it's gonna make me itch, but I'm gonna try to hold my mule.
Hold on, man. You know, you got these people like them over there. Yeah, I kind of you shouldn't say that, but yeah, I don't know. I want to pray about that one.
I really there's not a greater social message. There's not anything. It's literally that simple. Brother, look at your chat. What are you crying about because they're making fun of her? Bro, you getting mad? I don't give a fuck what people say. Like, unless it's against the rules. I don't let people say whatever the fuck they want. I don't care. What do you think? I'm their dad? I don't give a fuck about that at all. Like, I'm gonna let y'all know. The only rules that I uphold are the ones that I feel like upholding and the ones that I have to uphold. I do not give a fuck. If you want to type something bad in my chat, I will ban you because I have to. But on a personal level, if it was up to me, I probably wouldn't. If you don't like what somebody's saying, respond back and have an argument. Have a conversation. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
You crying, but what about the message in your chat of the guy that said base to the bad thing? I don't care. I cannot even begin to care.
All right.
Do not give a shit. Boobs. Like, this is very, very common that people will say their girl has good genetics if she has big boobs, because they are primarily genetic. It's something that you either spawn in with or not.
You know what? I could agree with that because, you know, situations at the household is blessed. So I could kind of get that, you know. God was good, you know. Hey.
It has nothing to do with her being white in the first place. Like, it's crazy.
This is not surprising. This is who they have always been.
And a nice looking face.
If you've
Yeah,
been
true.
following my page for a while, you know I believe 3 things.
Oh, God. I believe 3 things. What are they?
Why she look like she work at a daycare?
Because she probably do.
That's I got daycare vibes. No salute to the daycare workers. Y'all have a rough go, but I give daycare vibes. Like, I don't know.
Hear him. Number 1.
A leopard can't change its spots.
So she's against trans people? Huh? See, this is the kind of stupid logic. See, people like this, they love to say this. Yeah, yeah.
Yo, he
Where the fuck did that come from?
But that was a good one though, if you think about it, because they all acting on this shit. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, wow. There we go.
The North will always remember. And
the North will always remember.
That's a Game of Thrones term. That's a whole Game of Thrones thing.
Are you talking about the Civil War?
No, Game of Thrones, sir.
The Civil...
Walks like a duck, talks like a duck. It's spots. The North will always remember. And if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, it's more than likely itself. And
you mean it's more than likely a duck?
No better example than American Eagle, right? Because I was a teen in the early 2000s, and I remember places like American Eagle, Aeropostale, Abercrombie and Fitch. Yes, Abercrombie and Fitch was the worst out of all of the...
First of all,
how the hell did Aeropostale catch a stray?
Nah, we ain't want to get on that. You're black. We had stores. Why did you feel like you had to be Malcolm? I wish Malcolm X was still alive.
Listen, can we ask the question, where is FUBU right now? Where's Carl Kanai right now? Where's Fat Farm right now? These are all brands that was started and made by us and for us. Where's well, I'm not going to say Sean John. Let me leave that shit alone. Where's Cross Colors right now?
Shit. Mark Echo shit, you know. I mean, even though, look, why were you looking at?
They died. Those brands died because we stopped supporting them to get to the Abercrombie and Fitch and the Aeropostale. Yeah, kiss my entire
man. Oh my God. That's not true. This is now. Look,
FUBU literally stood for us by us. Where is that brand?
This is what's the term? This bad wishing territory we getting here. Cause like, oh my God, that I don't feel accepted. I need to go wear what they wear. Nobody told you to go.
How dare brands that was made by European or others, non-melanated folk, not represent us? But the brands that do represent us, we don't represent. Do you know it took LL Cool J just to get FUBU off the ground?
Oh,
and then they had to completely convince him. Like today's artists, they continuously promote and uplift Chanel and Gucci and all that stuff. There are plenty of black fashionistas out here and fashion designers out here that's trying to make a name for themselves. They don't get any recognition.
So this what makes her. She's literally cooning right now. This is because like the thing is, you don't have back then, especially now. I kind of understand you want to go wherever you want to go because like now it's few and far between. Like some of the black owned stuff is super expensive now compared to how it was. So and it depends on where you at. Cause like I remember when football used to be in the buckle. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like the Muhammad Ali all the and see now like jeans is gonna be hard to find. Like black owned jean makers is gonna be hard to find, but like everybody making shirts. So I mean, how the youngsters doing it now? Like now you gonna say youngsters, like people slightly younger than me. Yeah, they had somebody pressing, have a t-shirt press and make their own slogans and the whole nine and shit. Just get the high end joys in the whatever jeans you get and shit. You got about 4 or 5 outfits from them jeans and shoes alone with different shirts, so it actually makes sense. But like saying like, I never felt like I need to go into the American Eagle until I was older, until like I was actually married and everything. Because number one, I'm coming from a hip hop skater background. You know what I mean? So I looked at all of those brands like, that's some whack ass shit. I was thinking like that. Dead ass, like it took me till I was like 35 to shop at American Eagle. Sound crazy, don't it?
It's just a little bit. But I think this is like the best but worst type of reverse psychology that's ever been like dangling in front of us. It's like, oh, I'll show them. I'll just go ahead and wear their brand.
Yeah.
Like they're literally not made for us because they were not made by us. You had certain people coming out saying, like Nelly with the apple bottom. Where's apple bottom? Correct. All right. So, right. He came out with jeans to, cover up our curves and to help fit our curves because a lot of brands that was out there was not doing that. Again, they cut for European, the European shape.
And you know what happens? See, here in Burley, if you want to know why white girls got booties, he and Burley did that because they talking about that's why like Nelly transcend. He was one of those in the 2000s that probably transcend where he was stationed in hip hop.
Absolutely, Nelly crossed over with no problem.
He crossed over fast. Like it was. I mean, he didn't. It was on accident really because like he never really changed. He didn't change.
Yeah,
he didn't
country
change.
grammar helped a lot though.
Yeah. So like, if you want to say like one of the fashion, because like white girls bought like apple bottoms just like sisters did. They and Latina chicks. Everybody was buying apple bottoms. Trust me, I remember hearing my cousin complain about not finding their size because everybody was getting them. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what.
I mean, black women ain't start wearing FUBU until LL Cool J came out with Fatty Girl.
True. See, because like I think apple bottoms had like 2003 to 2008 or 9 ish ran that range. Maybe a little bit, maybe 2007. Because I remember this too. Like I remember when the white girls kept wearing it to 2009 and stuff, and then they kind of started phasing it out because like that's when like Levi started making a lot of like more, form-fitting jeans and shit like that.
They put a little bit more stretch in their material as well.
Yeah. So damn, I can't remember all this shit.
Okay.
Cause I think like around fucking 2008 and stuff, everybody was rocking Levi's. Shit. And a lot of people rocking skinny jeans. That's when the skinny jeans shit started up.
You know exactly what it is. You grew up fat, you were out of shape, you had body image problems, and you didn't like the fact that clothing companies put people with aspirational body.
What that sound like, by the way?
No comment.
I'm being messy here right now.
Yes, you are. That's not fair.
You came out fat. You remain to be fat, and you got body issues. God damn it. I like how white folks say shit matter of factly, like real fucked up shit, like there's a point of
Man.
You gotta appreciate that. That
I would say he ain't lying.
It's one of these again.
The line, but he's right.
Mm-hmm.
Line, but he's right.
He ain't lying, folks.
I gotta make that drop for real. What the fuck is she? What are you talking about? Oh. We gonna leave that right there. I got it.
These and appearances on those ads.
Oh.
Now you've tried to make it your life goal to go out and change the public narrative. And also, by the way, I want to say this is a very important thing about this. This is a completely self-serving behavior. They don't really care about this anyway. They don't give a shit about this. This is the same reason why the fat acceptance movement is 95% women. It's about psyoping people into thinking that the way that they live and the way that they look is attractive. They want everybody else's mind to change and to conform around them. So don't ever confuse yourself or trick yourself into thinking, oh, well, actually, they care about equal representation. No, they don't. She's being represented and you don't like it. That doesn't seem very equal at all.
Y2K brands when it came to like ostracizing people. But, Aeropostale and American Eagle were not too far off. Okay, they still carried things like a 000. They weren't as inclusive.
What's a 000?
I have no idea. I don't know what the fuck 000 is. Is that an actual size? Like, do you know how small you have to be a 000?
Why the fuck are you shopping at American Eagle, Aristotle, and Abercrombie and Fitch? Again, if they're not made for you, they're not cut from.
Like, I'm not gonna fight this hard. I'm not gonna fight this hard for clothes that's not made for me.
It's equivalent of me. Okay, I have one soccer jersey in my closet. I'm a Man City fan, but I have a big chest. Go look at soccer players. They don't have a big chest.
They small as hell.
They don't have. I have a big chest. I lift weights. Matter of fact, yesterday, I lift. Recoil control. Another story. Anyway, I'm not gonna go and complain to fucking Puma that then he'll give me a shirt, a soccer jersey that could actually fit my big old strong ass, which most. God damn. She embarrassing us. She literally embarrassed. Hey, she embarrassing.
The thing is,
what's up? Go ahead.
We are the type that, okay, let's just use Black history for an example.
Yeah, go ahead.
We fought for Black history, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then white people had an issue with it because they're not included. Well, it's called Black history. Why do we have to have Black history? Because you're trying to erase us and the contributions that we made. Mm-hmm. You're trying to change our history. Okay, cool. Now, the flip side. You fighting to be included in something that is not for you. We complain about any little thing that we have and we can grasp at.
Yep.
That white folks have an issue with it. Like, let's just say one of the celebrity men be like, just a Black woman appreciation post. You always gonna find that comment of white women coming in like, what about us? And then we jump in on that white woman like, bitch, can we just have something? Okay, so flip it. This is their something. Cut this shit out.
And I would say this. How they did it is brilliant. Like, a sister, and Shape's sister go and Abercrombie, they ain't gonna have no issue with what she's talking about. They gonna go find something to wear because of course they got everything up to probably like for one women at one point up to size 12 or something like that. So anybody, that's a large range if you think about it, especially with the sisters. And everybody ain't just fucking size 16s, size 18s and shit like that. So it was never like saying, hey, this is just for white folks. It was just saying, hey, this is just for in shape folks. And that's really the issue she having. It ain't a black-white thing, really. But my thing is like the black, you're more likely gonna get accommodation from the black company because they know your big ass. We got a couple big ass motherfuckers out here that need
Not big ass.
You know, come on, man. I'm not gonna fucking.
I'm not gonna
sugarcoat this shit. They know it's gonna be a couple motherfuckers who think they Monique. Shout out to Monique.
That is like a big bag wheel trying to go into Victoria's Secret to find something to fit them, and then get mad at Victoria's Secret because
that's what get Lane Bryant. What are you doing? Take your ass, Lane
I'm
Bryant.
trying to tell you, like, for real, you gonna bypass Lane Bryant to go to Victoria's Secret and then complain and make an issue that they don't make anything for you. That's what Lane Bryant is for.
Take your ass, Lane Bryant got sexy stuff in there now too. Like, get your big ass over in Lane Bryant. Get yourself together. Shit, what you talking about? This shit right here, man. But yeah, you just want to be accepted by white folks, but they racist.
That's like, and that's the thing though. Like, for what? Be you. And if you don't like what they are making, it's so easy to learn how to make your own shit nowadays. And then you can put your spin on it and have your look, your vision of how you want to look and shit, like jeans and shirts and all that stuff. Like, it was not too long ago where people was buying whole shirts and then cutting them up in their little style.
Shit. Like I said, everybody got a fucking t-shirt press now, you know what I mean?
Bedazzling the hell out of it, just, whatever. However you want to look, make it your damn self. There's plenty of material. You got Joanne Fabric, you got Michael. You got different places where you can get the damn material and just make it yourself. Or if you can't, you can find somebody that can.
And what pissed me off about this, look, if you're going to be on camera, ranting and raving, come on this motherfucker presentable. Well, you know what? I mean, if you want to complain about, look, I like this. Like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, when they were complaining about racism, they had fucking suits on. They had their shit together. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I can't have you coming out look like you mad because somebody spent too much money on EBT card and you can't get your money back type shit. I can't. No.
EBT, honey.
Look. Let's keep it 100. She like one of your kin folks got the EBT card, man. It's tired for what it is. I got cousin.
Let her finish saying what she's saying. You about to start roasting? No, sir. We're gonna stick to the topic.
I feel some type of way right now because
I get it.
I'm sorry. I feel some type of way. You already talking about Abercrombie Fitch, and we got all. I grew up in the 99 and 2000. Let me shut up.
Like, I still like a good Echo and Carl Canal was the shit.
Man, Carl Canal. Remember the jean? Was he the one that had like the jean outfits?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. When I had them, man.
If I could, I would still rock cross colors. That was the shit.
Shit, Coogee was hard too.
Listen.
I got Coogee sweater in the closet right now. My wife like,
honey, Detroit was known for a good Coogee. Okay.
I'm like, man, look, I never know it's a nice party. I might have to, I might have to be Stacks from Sinners and shit. Keep on playing with me. Y'all know that you fell asleep in that movie too much. You need.
I sure did.
Yeah, you need finishes. You didn't know what I'm talking about. I apologize.
That's
all right.
fine.
We got a little bit more on this, and I'll let you go to the world ensemble.
Yes, Lord.
Let me ask the internet.
Oh, got Brock out. Oh shit.
What is a 000 in terms of clothing? A style designation for women's apparel that's smaller than the stand.
Why do your fat ass care about 000?
I don't think.
That should not even. It's like me. Like, okay. No bragging here. No bragging here. No, this is not brag. But that's like my size 13 ass mad. I'm talking about shoe wise. Mad at the fact that they got size 4s. Why the fuck I don't care about the size 4 shoe?
I'm trying to figure out how is that an it. Okay, you're making an issue where there isn't one. You know good and goddamn well you're not a 000. You know good and goddamn well you'll never fit into a 000. But there are people apparently that's out here that is their size. Why in the fuck are you making that an issue? That's not your issue. Your issue would be if they did not make your size. And cool, even if they didn't. Again, there are still stores out here that does. There are brands out here that does. Why are you stuck and focused on the one that is not catering to you? There are plenty of other brands out here that caters to you. There are plenty of other stores out here that caters to you. Why don't you give those brands and those stores that actually caters to you your hard-earned money instead of trying to nitpick at the ones that is not meant for you? Everybody is in a different shape and size. And so therefore, you're going to have boutiques for you. We're going to have boutiques for us.
We're supposed to be inclusive. My head. Look.
No.
Head, this lady making my head hurt. It is so frustrating.
000 is not your fucking issue. Your boobs alone cancels that shit out. Hell, your neck alone cancels that shit out.
No, it's not talking about.
Why are you focused on that?
She got big back.
Why is that your focus?
Yeah, she got big. She got big back energy. I ain't gonna.
I'm like.
Atlas AI voiceover feature allows you to turn your words into voices you never thought you had.
So look at what she's saying. She's saying that carrying a size is problematic. This is on her list of grievances. So these people don't want to be represented. They want to remove other people's representation. It's not enough for them that they have a 4X section. No, that's not enough.
So basically, that's equivalent of a dude wearing a size 7 shoe mad at people size 13 and up. How dare y'all hold them? Got them sizes. I don't have the size. Why y'all? That's kind of weak analogy, but similar. It kind of works, but it's kind of weak. But yeah, it's just why you. I never in my life gave a fuck about the shirts that didn't fit me.
Not even a little bit.
The shirt just didn't fit you. You go find some more shirts. All right. This giving me a headache. We might you want to continue this Friday this one? Yeah, we might could do that, huh?
Yeah, just finish up her thoughts since we already started it.
All right. Twigs. You're right. Hey, Twigs, you're a witness this. I was one that kept up bringing Sydney Sweeney. I knew this was gonna happen. I kind of predicted it in the game of things. Not you didn't know anything about that, but yeah.
They have to actively remove people that are skinny and people who are thin. Skinny erasure. Yeah, exactly. And this is my point, right? Is that simply having a size, because there are women that are thin. I know this. Look, I've seen them on the internet, okay? I'm not sure, right, personally, but I've seen them on the internet. They're selfish. Yeah, exactly. And this is what I'm saying. Yeah, it was like a video of China.
So when it came to their models or who they were hiring, like they did a little bit better than A&F, but not much, which is why this ad is not surprising.
It's not surprising.
Starting off the bat, they went in with queer baiting. A lot of people.
What the fuck is queer baiting?
Okay, whatever.
People thought they were teasing Renee Rapp, and that this was going to be this big campaign.
Who's Renee
Rapp?
Promote
more inclusivity, but jokes on them.
How is it inclusivity when they don't promote a group of people? Like, I don't understand how inclusivity is promoting the same groups of people. This doesn't really seem like it's inclusivity. It just seems like it's representation for a different group of people at the expense of another group. Like, his logic isn't logic. Her logic, this isn't logic. And that's also a very good point here, is that these people are not using logic. They're just simply advocating for what they want. Renee Rapp is a lesbian singer. I don't even know who that is.
Hey, that's a great point. That's a great point. You're saying, like, they're not using any logic. It's emotional response.
Yeah. There's absolutely no logic in what the fuck they're talking about. None. It's just a bunch of BS. They are looking for reasons to be upset.
This week's a fool. Read what you said.
I just typed out the most fucked up definition of queer bait, but decided not to hit the word.
Oh yeah. Twigs never.
It was Sydney Sweeney.
The words we use are never unintentional, and so for American Eagle to say that Sydney Sweeney has good genes,
if they're so unintentional, then why'd you say If there's never words that you use that are unintentional, why are you using verbal pauses? Did you mean to use the verbal pause? No, of course you didn't. You'd never use a verbal pause if you could help it. It's just, again, it's so stupid.
is not an accident. So there's an ad that was grabbed from the internet that said why Sydney Sweeney has good genes. It talks about her, how genes are passed down throughout time from your mother, from your father, and you get your genes.
That's true, by the way.
By
the way, I don't know if you know this, but I bet her parents.
Oh my God! What's happening in our community, man?
They trying so hard to be upset about the bullshit.
What's happening? Why they doing this to us? Why they doing us like this, man? It hurts. It hurts. Does it hurt you? It hurts. They
just got the nerve to be knitting while she saying this shit.
She's really focused on that knitting too.
Okay, well,
my head. It's a bad headache.
Let it be what it's gonna be. Shit. Okay.
Yeah, I think we need a pause here because this here. You know what? She reminded me of remember when you be in certain chats and that one person in the chat where I would just say off the wall things about like religion and shit just out of nowhere where nobody talking about it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's what vibe I'm getting. Like she like, I'm just gonna talk about I'm just gonna say whatever on my mind religious wise and y'all just gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah.
I'm getting that vibe. But I think it's time to go to bed. This is crazy. I support every chick wearing jeans that fit them and look good. I ain't gonna say every, but you get my point. We'll be doing this Friday. Like, share, subscribe. I gotta go to bed. Take care.
You too.